All right, we are live
Alrighty.
on YouTube. Oh, baby. Welcome to
Alrighty.
Navig. God, she's trying to screw me up. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here tonight in lesson 1. Never let your woman derail you in any aspect of life as a man. That's rule number 1 right there. Welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome. We're live here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. And tonight we have day 5 of the life-changing positivity challenge. And I've got my beautiful, wonderful, amazing lady already live with me here via StreamYard. Babe, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
I am doing amazing. I've
Really? Why is
had
that?
I've had some of the greatest days like of this year this week.
Well, baby, hold that thought for a second because I want to make sure that the notification has gone out and everything's rolling smoothly. The notification has gone out on YouTube. And let me check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. And it looks like it absolutely is. Also, Fart Jams is back in the house. Hey, Fart Jams, a.k.a. formerly known as Rant Jams. Getting late for me. I'll see if I can make live. No worries, bro. I look forward to the positivity you're going to be bringing on your channel. And hopefully we can collab on some things and work together. Holly's Hauntings and Happenings is in the house, baby. Hi, Eli, everyone. Say hello to Holly,
Hey,
baby.
Holly. Well, her and I were just chatting, so yeah. Good to see you
Yeah,
here,
when
girl.
when I got home from my walking stream earlier, you were on the phone with Holly, and you both were having a great conversation, and that's awesome. By the way, just to remind everyone, there is a 1-minute delay between what we say out here and what goes out to YouTube. We do that as a safety measure in case we need to dump the delay. We had to do that like 5 times last night. So hopefully, baby, tonight's going to be, baby, you can laugh something like that off, right? I mean, it was just one of those nights, huh?
Absolutely. No, we all know that yesterday was a very emotional day for me. And so I think my guard was down a little bit.
Your guard was down a little bit. That's not a bad thing necessarily, baby.
Well, because I was super happy that and I was letting my emotions out, and that's why we had to scrub a couple things.
Yeah, and I went back and heard the entire replay this morning while I was still laying in bed, and you had gotten up and moved to the living room, and we're watching some shows. I appreciate the respect. This woman is amazing, folks. Like, if I want to sleep in a little bit more, she'll get up and she'll go into the living room and watch her shows there and do her thing. But I was listening to the replay, and it wasn't that bad after all. We did get someone that made a couple of comments, and in a few minutes here, baby, I want us to go over those comments because I
Oh
thought
yeah,
that they were.
yeah, I
I
have
thought
something to
that
say.
Yeah, I thought they were rather interesting, and I did respond to this person regarding her comment on last night's stream. I think it's a woman that wrote this, and then this person responded back to me. I'm not going to show it on the screen. I will read it, but we'll get to that in just a second here. And one more thing before we get to it. So here's what the positivity challenge is all about. Basically, for the next 25 days, because there are 25 days left. This is day 5. We're going to be looking to see how people behave in our chat. We're looking for people to share their thoughts through our live stream chats and our comment sections of both of our channels in a positive way. And at the end of the competition, it's we're gonna choose a MPP, which stands for most positive person, baby, and that most
Mm-hmm.
positive person MPP is going to get some kind of incentive from us that we're not going to mention what it is until after the
Oh,
competition ends,
yeah.
because we want people to do this not for the incentive but for the
The
fact of
positivity.
just becoming a better person, right, baby? Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's just this is what we're doing is just hoping that people can just see themselves in a different light and just be a little bit more positive, not
Yeah.
focus on all of the bad things that have happened to them because, everything that has happened that you find is bad is really a learning lesson to move forward and be positive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I can't remember if we mentioned this last night about the gentleman at the gas station, did we?
I don't think we did. But yeah, we stopped off at a gas station on the way back, and I needed to get a car wash because a few days before that, in your area, I was behind this big truck with no mud flaps, and it was flapping like mud slash some kind of maybe cement or something, and I just could not see in my windshield. And I bought new wipers. I tried to use the washer fluid, and it just wasn't working. So we stopped up
Well,
at a
and it
gas
was also
station.
caked on your it was caked on your lights.
It was caked on my lights, so my lights weren't, bright enough. And even my reverse camera, the other day after that, I had to go and manually, wipe that so I could use my reverse camera to back up because these new cars, it's hard to see. The trunks are deeper and they're higher, so you can't really see behind you backing up. So you're dependent on these reverse cameras nowadays. So, but anyway, and then you had to stop on inside the gas station to use the restroom, and you can
Use
tell
the
the rest of the story
restroom.
from there. Yeah, go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I just ran in really quick after we went through the car wash to just go use the restroom before we made the rest of the trip home. And when I walked in, there was this gentleman sitting on the ground and he had a shopping cart and a bicycle. And he looked at me and he said, "Hello." And I said, "Hello" back. And I went in, did my business, came out, and he said, "Have a good night." And I couldn't help myself but to go into my purse, and it was only $5. And I just told him to go and buy himself something at least hot to drink or hot to eat that night because he was going to be sleeping outside.
And that
And
was
he was so grateful and he never asked for anything. He was just a very kind person. And I felt, I'm going to pay it forward right now
right.
because this man deserves it. He's had a hard life. And, I don't have a lot of money, but I had $5 more than he did that day. And so I could spare it.
Yeah, yeah. And initially I was like, we're really tight right now, baby. But you know what? We're not as tight as he is. No matter how tight we are, someone in that position, if we were in that position, we would hope that there would be some kind souls out there to help us. And so, I was
Well,
very
I
just,
just, yeah, baby, I kind of look at it that we had just come home from a very nice lunch where you dropped a lot of money
yeah,
and we had that to do that. Why can't we
yeah.
at least get this guy a warm coffee or, a
Yeah.
Subway sandwich?
No, you're right, baby. You're right, baby. And after when we were driving back, I was just thinking to myself, I'm so blessed and fortunate to have a woman that has such a huge heart and soul for others. Um, for me, like I just cannot stand, selfish people that don't take other people's feelings, wants, and needs into consideration. And to have a woman like that, on top of you being beautiful on the outside and being beautiful on the inside, I mean, what more can you ask for? But anyway, that was a
Thank
beautiful,
you.
beautiful thing. And God bless you, baby. And God bless that person and hope everything's going to pan out for that person in the end. Let me read some of the chat here. Scotty
Yeah.
Unchained 2.0 is in the chat. She says, listening in. Welcome to the show, Scotty. And it was a great pleasure to catch up with you within the last hour behind the scenes in the Coach Eli moderator group chat, and we've got your back. And I just want to make a real quick public statement that anything that's been mentioned about Scotty lately is completely false, and it's fake instigated drama. And it's just something we're not going to be tolerating here. We haven't been tolerating it. So, if we get some people coming in, even some mods coming in and trying to say certain things like that, we're just going to ignore it. I don't want to cause any issues. I don't want to ban anyone, but we're just going to ignore it. But, I just wanted to mention that my lady and I have got your back, and we do appreciate you. We appreciate all of your donations, and it's more than just the donations, but, we really appreciate the person that you are, Scotty.
Well, and
Go.
donations are also just your knowledge, honey. The way we talk, like, and learn things from each other, that's also a donation, and we really appreciate that.
No, your time is a donation too, and we do appreciate that as well. Let me read the other two chat messages here. Scotty with the 3 red hearts. Thank you so much, Scotty. There is a 1-minute delay here, just so you know. So it'll take an extra minute or so for things to hit you folks in the chat during the live, compared to what we say here. Holly's Hauntings and Happenings, welcome to the show again. Sometimes what people mean as evil is actually meant for your good. That's true. That's called constructive criticism. If it's presented in a constructive way. I've always been open to criticism, and you have to be when you're a public figure on YouTube or any other type of public figure. But it has to be constructive. And a lot of the criticism out here on YouTube has not been constructive. It's been fake and instigating, just to try to spin something out of context and create an entertainment shit show, for people that like that kind of stuff. And we're just not about that here. So we're trying to help people learn to identify those types of people and just, ignore them and just move on with your day. Holly's Hauntings and Happenings furthermore says, awesome RPM. RMP, it doesn't matter either way. She admitted earlier she always gets your name mixed up, baby, but that's all good.
Mm-hmm.
A woman after my own heart. I have a soft spot for the homeless. Baby, your thoughts?
Oh, I do have a soft spot for the homeless, as well as the homeless animals. And I've even gone to the extent of bringing bags of dog food in my car. And when I see somebody with an animal, I'll give them the bag of dog food. As well as I don't give them too much. I have been burned before by people, but I will give a couple dollars, maybe up to 5. Or I will just ask, would you like me to go into Panera and buy you a sandwich, or into Chipotle and get you a burrito? You know,
Mm-hmm.
like, and it's all up to what they want. And so, but I always take care of the animals too, because they are the most, like, helpless beings. They didn't deserve that.
Exactly.
That actually makes me want to cry.
Yeah. No, I totally hear you, baby. GLM is back in the chat. She changed her name to GLM 3Gs. I'm not going to read what you wrote, GLM. Look, what's done is done. I just really don't want to talk about it here. If that's something you want to talk about, you can talk about it on your channel. You can talk about it behind the scenes. What's done is done. I wasn't a part of that. And this has nothing to do with my channel here or positivity. This is not Scotty's channel. It's not your channel. It's my channel and my lady's channel. And
Exactly.
we respectfully ask you to, abide by our.
Keep that on your channel. If that's your thought process, hun, that's fine. But keep that on your channel. This is our channel.
Yeah, see, this is what I think she's doing. And this is, GLM, I really would like to see some positivity out of you, because I think you're a good person, right? I think what you're trying to do, GLM, is try to piss me off to the point of where I'm going to ban you, and it creates a public spectacle again. And I'm not going to ban you. You can sit here and run your mouth all night. You can. I'm not going to ban you. It's not going to happen. But I don't want to talk about this anymore. And if you continue to talk about it, I'm going to ignore you, and so is everyone else. And you're not going to get any of our attention. That's all. That's all that's going to happen. So do what you got to do. I just don't want to talk about it anymore. It's not going to work. Let's see here. No problem, Eli, but what you said is not true, so you shouldn't say that isn't true. Well, I don't even know what happened, GLM. I don't pay attention to drama. I'm not a drama channel. I don't care. I don't care. And I am honest with what I know. But I don't know anything. I haven't seen any proof, and I could care less. I'm not a drama channel that's going to go back and forth trying to call people out on things on YouTube. This is a platform here to create content, to share with the world, what your purpose is. This is not a platform here to talk shit about other people, regardless of what they've done. Keep that off of my channel, and even keep it off of YouTube. Talk about it behind the scenes. Why do we need to make content off of this, right, baby? Why do we need to make content off of this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if there's an issue here, GLM, if you have an issue here, why does it have to be made a public spectacle on YouTube? Why can't you guys handle it behind the scenes? Why? Because you don't want to, because this is your content.
Well, and you know what? Can I address her really quick, Jill M? I don't share any private information with anybody here.
Yeah, what private information?
Yeah, and so I mean, you want to go back to the days where, I first started and I said, "Oh my God, I was gone from my house for 4 days, and when I got home, my dogs were super excited to see me, and they just basically came over and kissed me to death." Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, we want to go back to bestiality?" No, I mean, this is all bullshit. It's all
Well,
bullshit talk.
yeah. The thing is, people out here on YouTube will take things out of context so they can have something to entertain their audience with, and we're not about that here. Yes, we want to entertain you with positivity, not negativity.
And Scotty, that is beautiful. I've always wanted to do that, but I don't feel that I'm strong enough to go home without one of the dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Did you see her comment
What?
about walking the dogs at? And so all I'm saying is, like, I always want to, like, volunteer my time, but I know I'm going to see one and I'm going to just fall in love and bring it home.
Well, Scotty says, yeah, I used to volunteer at my local dog shelter a few hours on the weekend to help walk all the dogs. It was super rewarding. Yeah, that's, anytime that you volunteer your time, I'm sure it was a 501c3 nonprofit. Anytime you volunteer your time for a nonprofit, not only is it a good deed that makes you feel good deep within, it's also a tax write-off. You can write off your time. You can value your time at a certain amount, and you can write it off as a tax write-off. That is one of the most beautiful things there. Now, you don't do it for the tax write-off. You do it because you truly want to help that cause or those people, whatever it is for. But the tax write-off is the bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, the thing is, I wouldn't even thought of that. I would have just been doing it just for the fur love. Just to walk them and give them the attention they need and that kind of stuff. Because like I said, excuse me for that. Like I said, that's the one thing that really pulls at my heartstrings is when I'm driving and I see a homeless person and they have a dog there. And I'm like, that dog does not deserve that.
Right. Let me say one more thing.
That is not what they signed up for.
Yeah, let me say one more thing to GLM, that we're gonna move on with the show. And if she keeps chatting and you don't like what she's saying, Scotty, just ignore her. You guys, please ignore what you don't want to deal with in the chat. Okay, Let's just try to give everyone a chance because we really want to help everyone become more positive. That's what the point is here. But here's the thing, GLM. In all fairness, if you're, I can't even talk. If what you were saying had merit, don't you think other much larger drama channels would be all over this story? Nobody's talking about this besides you. No one,
Oh, 1 second.
right?
1 second. 1 second.
1 second,
GLM,
what?
I'm not saying you said that about me. That was another person out here.
She knows
So
that,
I'm not
baby.
accused.
Baby,
Yeah.
she's trying to, baby. She knows that she didn't say that about you. She's just trying to trigger, and that.
I have mad respect for GLM. I really do, hun.
Mm-hmm,
I really
mm-hmm,
love the
yeah,
stuff you put out.
mm-hmm,
I literally was just listening to you the other day and just really enjoying it.
right,
And,
right. Me
I
too.
just don't want, like, if you have a beef with somebody, just keep it on your side, not here. That's all I'm trying to say, love.
Well, yeah, and all I'm saying is this: if there was any merit to this story, then everyone would be talking about it. Trust me, there's no one's talking about it, right?
Yeah.
And people are going to say, "Oh, well, the main drama leader is out of town visiting his internet girlfriend, and other people are busy." No, trust me, they would go live from their phone and they would talk about it. They're not talking about it. Scotty on Chain 2.0 says, "Babe, me too. These poor babies don't know they are homeless. They just love their owners." Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, and that's something I'm struggling with right now. Because I have my two babies back at my house and they're alone, you know? And we've made 2 trips this week to go back and visit them and give them their loves, but I don't want them to ever feel abandoned by me. And they get to see their other daddy, the one that they had before, tomorrow, so that's gonna be really good, and I don't have to worry about anything. And that's
Hmm.
just my ex-boyfriend, I say it that way because he was there with the dogs the whole time with me, so, you know, and my little Dotson, my little wiener dog, I actually purchased for him. So he is technically his father.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I know it sounds weird. It sounds completely weird to have this kind of co-parenting thing with our dogs, but it's actually worked out very well. I mean, him and I have been separated and broken up for over 2 years now, but he has been like the best dog dad in the world. He buys their food all the time. He brings their treats, anything I need for them, their flea medication, anything else, he's right there for them.
Yeah,
He's not a deadbeat dog dad.
yeah. No, no. And you know what? I have a lot of respect for the system of friends you have in your area, babe. And once the move here is completed, we are going to visit once or twice a month because I've really grown to love going down into your area. There are actually some cool things to do out there, and it's just been a real joy, dating
Yeah.
you and being able to get out of the heart of the Bay Area where everything is kind of a little bit prissy. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
I
yeah,
love it. I
no,
love it
because I
here.
live in a more rural area. We
Hmm.
can say that.
Yeah, yeah, you
And
do.
GLM, I never said that you were the one that said anything about me, hun.
Hmm.
You did not trigger me at all, love. You know, I want you to know I'm not mad, angry, or anything. You never said anything bad about me, and I know that.
Hmm.
And
Huh.
I'm not going to mention who it was because I'm not going to start drama.
Hmm.
I'm just going to
Okay.
say I know it wasn't you, love.
Yeah, real quick. Welcome to the show, live streams and video clips, channel 2. And I'm looking at your channel right now, and you've done some videos on some people I used to be associated with, and these are people that are involved in this drama group. Welcome to the show. I'm assuming you're a guy. If you're a gal, forgive me. But yeah, what is your purpose? Are you here to try to gain more subscribers for your clip channel, or what are you honestly here for? Because I get really leery when these drama clip channels come into the chat. I'm just being honest. But anyway, welcome. It's all good. It's not a big deal. I rock out with this man. Okay. Let's see.
Can I go back to the comment about the can you go back up a little bit?
Yeah, I can't move it on your screen, babe, but which comment did you want me to go over?
The one about the dog. I think it was Scotty.
Yeah, Scotty was saying, me too, these poor babies, those poor
No,
babies
and
don't know
she
they are
had a
homeless.
Dotson. She's saying she had a wiener dog.
Let me see here. Um, yeah, I don't see that, but anyway, too far
Anyways,
back.
well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who it was that has
Uh-huh.
the Dotson, but yes, no, they're the absolute most lovable dogs that you can have. I mean, mine just comes up and wraps his body around my neck
Yeah.
to give
Yeah.
me hugs all the time, you know,
Cool.
and it's just it and he just stares into my eyes. And I've read before and watched things with like Caesar Milan, who's the dog whisperer, and he has said like when you make eye contact with a dog, it releases oxytocin in their body, which is the hormone of love. So if you engage with them for a good 5 minutes and make that eye contact, that's your connection, and that's when they become trustworthy of you.
Yeah. Yeah. Baby, let me read a couple comments here, and then what I want to do is I want to go to the comments that person left on our stream from last night. And
Okay,
then we're going to take our first break after that. We are at 28 minutes. We're going to take one break and then come back probably for another 30, 45 minutes. We've got a pretty good crowd. We've got 27 people here so far.
great.
Let's see. Uh, yeah, GLM, have a nice night. You go enjoy your time with MJ. He's not a bad guy. I've never had any problems with MJ. He's a cool dude. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. Now, Old Rusty Lantern, I think I have an idea who you are. I'm not going to ban you. I know you created this sock account today because I'm sure your main channel's banned. I'll read what you said and I'll respond to you. It seems GLM is just shining a light on these people, Eli. She's doing a good deed in service. Well, that's fine. Just don't do it on my channel. I don't want drama here, Old Rusty Lantern. This is not a drama shit show channel. This is a channel for positivity. I do life coaching here, business and personal. I'm on a 30-day positivity challenge, and I just don't want that shit here. Okay? And I don't understand
Mine
what
is
part of
named.
that.
Yeah,
What's
go
that?
ahead. Sorry.
Go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
Go. No, please, honey.
No.
You're my lady. I roll out the red carpet to
Oh,
my lady.
no, because Scotty just like put in there, and I was just gonna say mine is named Buster after Buster Posey from the Giants, if y'all don't know.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Love it. Love it. But again, old rusty lantern. And again, I think I know who you are. Look, if you guys want to make it your life's mission and purpose to create and follow content about, people on YouTube talking shit about other people on YouTube, I don't want any part of that. I don't. I'm not here for that. Okay. Have I been a part of that in the past? Yes, it wasn't the right thing to do. Okay. And I used to incorporate that as part of my coaching to try to, use it for example purposes, to try to help people learn what not to do on YouTube if you want to be successful. But now it's not even worth talking about it because it's just stupid. It's stupid. It's boring. It's annoying. It's just the same old shit, and people just want to get attention because they feel they have no other productive content that would get them traction. So they gotta succumb to drama. I just don't want it.
Alrighty, sweetheart, can I interrupt 1 second? You said we had how many in the box?
We have 18 now. We had 25. We have
18?
18. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we appreciate all of you being here. So please
Mm-hmm.
give us a thumbs up. And remember, we are an independent channel and donations are accepted and not required, but we would greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. There's a super chat at the bottom, or Nightbot sharing our Cash App and PayPal links every 7 minutes in the chat. So that is that. Live streams and video clips, channel 2. You have excellent advice. Thank you for that, man. I had one named Gertie says Scotty, Unchained 2.0. I used to watch that show all the time. I don't know what show she was talking about.
I think she's referring to Cesar Millan's The Dog Whisperer.
Oh, yeah. I used to watch that too. Oh, yeah. That was a great show. Live streams and video clips, channel 2 says, I have been listening to you lately. You make a lot of sense. I try, man. Look, I try to be the voice of reason. I honestly want to help people become better people. There's too much hate and negativity in this world. And we've all been a part of it, including myself, dude. And I'm sure you have too. And while some drama and shit talk can be fun at times, it just gets old and draining. And it's just, YouTube has been flooded with drama shit show live streams for the last 5+ years. And it's time to get back to the old YouTube and get some real creations going out here, right? I mean, don't you think, babe? You tell me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was going to say there's just so much hatred out there in the world all over the place. And why
Yeah,
do we have to have it here on this platform? We don't. We don't have to hate each other. You know, we can all work together, collaborate and do good and make this world a more positive place.
right. Thank you for that, baby. A live stream says, I'm finally finding peace with who Mr. Unknown really is. Mad respect. Right on, bro. That is awesome. Holly's Hauntings and Happenings says, Scotty, I love dogs myself. Scotty furthermore says, me too, Holly. I have always had
Oh,
dogs. I miss my sweet girls so much. Go ahead, babe.
oh yeah, I've had dogs my whole life. Growing up, we had German shepherds, golden retrievers, cocker spaniels. You know, we love all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and then I had a dog while I was married, and when going through the divorce, that actually became very toxic for my dog. He felt it. You know, he felt all of that bad energy. And I wound up having to, like, he literally, this one dog stayed in every one of my family members' houses. Like, he went to my middle brother first,
Yeah.
then my youngest who is a vet, and got him on the right medication and got him back in line, and then went back to my parents with me, and then back with me. Like that was the family dog.
Baby, We got Golden with the $19.99 super chat, $20 super chat. Big round of applause for Golden. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That is so great. I appreciate that.
Golden, and baby, we'll get right back to what you were saying in a second. But Golden, be more specific. What did we help you with? Because I don't remember you being on the show. Were you just listening in? Golden says, "Thank you, Eli, for all your helpful advice earlier today." Yeah, no, you're very welcome. I just don't know what I did or what was said. Please enlighten us, because that's a good amount of money to spend on that, and we appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, we do so much.
Yeah. Wow. That's definitely coming from an iPhone, because I have an iPhone myself, and when you buy a super chat from the iPhone, it's always like $19.99, $4.99, $49.99. Yeah, it's the iPhone thing. It's just
Thank you, Holly, for saying that, honey.
Yeah. Let's see here. Fingers crossed she gets to come home to me soon. Yeah, I hope you get your dog back soon as well, Scotty. That's really sad what's happening as a part of your divorce and what your husband's doing. I know we talked about that on your channel the other night. But we're going to keep our thoughts and prayers. We're going to keep our thoughts and prayers for you. That's what I'm trying to say. Right, baby?
Yes. And you know what? That is one thing I'm super grateful for, is that during my divorce, that he never even questioned taking the dog.
Yeah.
He only took my kids. He left me my dog.
Well, that was nice of him, wasn't it?
Right?
Well, yeah. I was trying to be sarcastic, baby, but I guess you weren't in the mood. It's okay. I love you still anyway.
No, I can laugh about it now, because it's like a decade and a half ago that this happened. And then even with my last boyfriend, whom with these two, he said, I will never separate them unless they need to be.
Yeah.
He wants them to stay together.
Yeah.
And it's not because he doesn't want to take responsibility, but he knows that they've been together for 5 years.
Yeah. Real quick, babe, and then we need to get those comments. Live streams and video clips channel 2 says, I totally agree. YouTube needs to go back to the old days. Yeah, that was when creators were really creating there. Oh my God, really? Okay, somebody just oh my God. This is the funny thing. When you're connected and you got people, but I'm not going to mention who sent me this, but I just got a message from behind the scenes saying that Golden is from Granny's watching team. She is MJ's internet girlfriend. Well, I can never understand why people would donate under that pretense. Like, she's MJ's internet girlfriend. I mean, why have an internet girlfriend when you can meet in real life and have something real? I don't understand. Holly's Hauntings and Happenings with a $5 super chat. Oh my God. It's a super chat party tonight, baby. Holly, big round of applause.
You are amazing. I love you, girl. You know I love you.
And she's got an Android, so it's going to round it off to an even $5 there. Thank you so much, Holly. Holly says in her super chat message, those dang fruit phone make applesauce out of them. That's not negative. That's just being a smart ass. Oh, the fruit phone. You're talking about the Apple. Oh, yeah.
Apple.
Yeah, you're talking about this is the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Still a good phone. I've had it for just about 2 years now, and it still has 88% of its battery capacity, and I use it a lot. And so, I mean, they're good phones. It's just that.
But yeah. Holly, I've had because we've been talking about it, I have had issues with mine, and I have an Android. So I have a Samsung. So I don't know what the hell is going on tonight.
Well, let's see. Angie C., thank you again, Golden and Holly, for your super chats. Very kind of you. Regardless of why you send it, no big deal. It's all good. Thank you for that. Angie C. says, Eli, I'm a newbie and keep coming back. I like it here. Big round of applause for Angie C., baby.
Well, thank you, Angie. We appreciate that.
Angie, you have been amazing. And the more and more we get to know you, at some point when we really get to know you, we will even consider moderating you as well. This is kind of like the same situation like it was with NC is Queen. And Angie C's been very, very consistent and very supportive. And I really hope that you're getting some, good value. And I'm sorry, live streams and video clips, channel 2. Nightbot timed you out. If you get timed out again, it'll only be 15 seconds. I will read your message here in just a second, so don't worry about it. Golden says, what pretense?
We have
How does
all
my
come to the conclusion that Nightbot is an asshole.
No, it's not. Nightbot's doing his job. It's just some words that are blocked for the bad people carry over to the good people, and it is what it is. But we're still going to read them. That's why I reduced second infractions and any infraction after the first one to only 15 seconds of being timed out, so people don't have to wait 300 seconds. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Doing good. Scotty Unchained says Holly, and Holly says... Angie, how are you? Angie C says, doing good, Holly. Live streams and video clips, channel 2. We go way back, Eli. I had to find and reinvent myself. I don't care what people say about you. Your content is awesome. Well, that's really nice to hear. I'm sure you don't want to say, do I actually know who you are from back in the MGTOW? Like, where did we meet? The MGTOW community? Or, I'm sure you don't want to say who you are because I guess you don't want these people coming at you. But I think pretty much all the stupidity is done. But I really appreciate you saying that. That makes my night. Anything you want to add to that, babe?
No, just handle that next chat.
Golden says, what pretense? How does my personal life factor in? It doesn't factor in at all. Absolutely not. I actually have no problems with MJ. I have no problems with anyone. Look, here's the thing. My lady and I love everyone. We're not here to talk shit about anyone. Anyone and everyone is welcomed here as long as you don't bring drama into my fucking house. That's it. Right? Like, even if my woman brings drama into my fucking house, what would happen, babe? You tell them.
Shut down. Kicked out. Bye.
Right. Now, I love my woman. I would never leave her out in the cold. She knows that. But my lady knows this is a drama-free zone. I don't want any of that in my actual house.
No, you would tell me I'm being ridiculous, and I would sit in the room and pout for like 10 minutes, and then we would go out there and talk about it, and I'd be fine.
And you know what you do in those situations, guys, when your woman's being ridiculous? You tell her politely, babe, I'm not going to put up with this. You go sit there, watch your Netflix, do what you got to do. And then you just go to another room, or I go to my computer room, I start working on something. And you know what the best way to get your woman to come and chase you is to just fucking ignore her. Sorry, baby. It's the truth. What do women hate the most? What do women hate the most about what their men do? Not getting fucking attention. So the best, like Coach Corey Wayne says, the best way to get someone's attention is to remove yours. And my woman loves it, hates it. She has a love-hate relationship with it, huh, baby?
But yeah, I do, but I am also aware of it. So I know what's happening in the process.
Oh, my game is what you're saying,
that way I don't have to react. That way I don't get hurt by it.
Baby,
I understand what the process is.
Baby, I'm not trying to hurt you, and I also understand that you're going to respond to everything emotionally, and until you come off that emotional high, it doesn't matter if I say everything perfect. It doesn't matter. At that point, all that matters is how you feel. That's all.
Well,
So
oh
my
yeah,
best,
like the drive
yeah,
yesterday,
yeah,
going there, like prior to getting there, like the last 20 minutes were probably the worst 20 minutes of your day because I was just not being nice. And it wasn't necessarily for you, it's because I was frustrated with the rest of the world outside.
oh
I
yeah,
was hungry. I wanted to get there. People were driving like it was a Sunday fucking morning and taking their
yeah.
time.
I was like,
And
baby, if I
I'm
can
like,
move,
just
if I,
go.
in that situation, I feel like I wish I had the flying DeLorean, like in Back to the Future too. So, baby, we're stuck at
Or
this light.
like
Okay.
we could just like we're almost to George Jetson time. You know? The Jetsons when we just fly in the sky.
Hey, baby, Sandra Palacios in the house. She says, "Hey, Eli. Hey, the ladies here too. How you doing, Sandra Palacio? Big round
Hey
of applause."
Sandra. Welcome, love.
Yeah. So let me get through this chat real quick because I want to read those two comments before we go on break here. Um, let's see. It's okay, says live streams and video clips, channel 2. Awesome. Awesome, dude. And as we get to know you, we'll moderate more and more people. Holly's haunting. Sorry, Angie C says, I am Eli. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. My lady has a huge, huge part of how things have really, really changed for the better here. I'm not saying what I was doing before wasn't the right thing, but my woman has brought tremendous, tremendous value to my channels here and our channels now and our business. And so,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
baby,
Like I mean,
thank you.
but it brings me pleasure too. Like it absolutely does. Like I really enjoy this.
Holly's Hauntings and Happenings says, I'm on the robot Eli. So meaning Android is a robot. She has an Android phone. So she's making fun of the Apple phone and saying, I'm on the robot Eli, so I can't copy and paste. I know. Why is YouTube limiting not being able to copy and paste from a YouTube chat on any mobile device, whether it's Android or, Apple iPhone? I mean, I'm going to have to reach out to, at Team YouTube on Twitter, even though I'm not too happy with Musk running it. I still got to use it, right? At least for now. Anyway, let's continue here. Scotty Unchained 2.0 says, so glad you keep coming back, Angie. See? Yeah, absolutely. Holly says, look, you don't shit where you eat at people. That's true. Scotty says, Holly's so true. Let me see here, baby. Let's continue here. Scotty says, no man wants to come home to drama and anxiety all the time. Yeah, we really don't. We hate drama.
No.
We hate anxiety. We hate depression. We just want all we want. What do we want, baby? What
Peace.
I keep telling? Peace and what? Peace and
Peace
quiet.
and happiness and quiet.
And quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet. God, that's it.
Well, and you want the happiness because you want that softness from us.
Well, of course. I mean, us men are a little rough around the edges, right? And so, you ladies balance us out in that way, and we balance out your other aspects that you need help with. We help each other out mutually. Um, let's
Yeah.
see.
Hey,
Uh,
Sandra, thank you.
let's see. Live streams and video clips channel 2. I'm not like that anymore. It gets old. I want to do better content now. Well, yeah, I wish I knew who you were. I know you probably don't want to dox yourself, and I understand that, dude, but thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Sandra says, at Scotty, yes, too much drama heightens anxiety. Sandra says, hi, Holly. Oh, hey, RMP, says Sandra. And Sandra furthermore says, didn't hear ya, RMP. Well, yeah, now you probably have. There was a 1 minute delay, or there still is a 1 minute delay, so probably took a while to hear her, but welcome, Sandra. Scotty Unchained 2.0 says, oh my God, I was in the mood like that on Monday, just so mad at the world, no reasoning behind it at all. Well, I can tell you what the reason is. Baby, I know what the reason is. Baby, why don't you tell Scotty what the reason is?
No, you go ahead. You enlighten us. You enlighten us women.
Because, Scotty, women are emotional beings and they respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment all the time. And to women, the only thing that matters is how they feel. That's it. Nothing else matters besides how they feel. Right? That's it. And I get it. It's the normal biological essence of a woman, any woman. But my lady already knew that. She doesn't like it when I say that because it's true.
I don't like to have to prove you right is what it is.
Oh, I
And I've
see.
done
I
that.
see.
I've done that
Yeah.
several times today in our mod
Uh-huh.
chat as well as on your walk
Listen,
by
baby,
quoting you.
baby, first of all, I'm not going to date or marry a dumb woman. So I know you're a smart cookie, and I wouldn't have you here as my life partner or business partner if I didn't think you could run the business when I'm not around or even when I'm around to help me run it. So I'm paying you a
Yeah.
compliment.
Fuck.
So stick it.
Yeah.
So stick it. Go stick it.
Stick it. Stick it.
Go shove it, stick it, however you want to however you want to call it,
Hey,
right?
you know,
Um,
here's the quarter. Call somebody who
so,
cares.
right. Your mama told you that yesterday. That was pretty funny because when you were a little girl, she said that you would whine and threaten to call CPS on your mother, and your mother said, "Here's the phone. I'll dial the number for you. And by the way, here's a quarter." And in essence, she was singing you Travis Tritt's famous song, "Here's a quarter. Call someone who cares." Right? Man, she shut you down real quick, baby. I was your mama cracked me up yesterday, baby. Oh God, she did.
Yeah, she
My
was
baby,
wonderful.
right. But when it comes at
Wonderful.
yes, when a joke comes at your expense from your mama, I know, I get it,
Oh, but
baby.
no, I loved it. Like
Oh,
because
okay.
we were going back and forth about the past. It's not like she was like making fun of me currently. This is what we did while I was growing up. So
Oh,
we could
okay.
both look back and laugh.
Yeah, memories, great memories. Let's continue, baby, here. Holly's hauntings and happenings makes you sick. Stress and anxiety is one of the major causes of heart attacks and strokes, right? Right.
Absolutely.
When you lose your emotional self-control, when you're a man or a woman and you're constantly screaming at the top of your lungs, that is the quickest way to stress
It
yourself out.
increases your blood pressure
It increases your blood
and
pressure
that
and gives you panic attacks, and it gives you a high risk of having a stroke,
a high
heart attack,
risk of
etc.
stroke.
Right, right,
Because when you raise your
right.
blood pressure, that's where
hmm
strokes come in.
Your heart has to work harder and faster than normal to keep up. So it's just not a good thing. But anyway,
Yeah.
live streams and video clips, channel 2 facts. Be more specific, bro. Let me know. Sandra says, I had a bad day today. Anxiety was high today. Too much action and picking up others' energy had me on overload. So basically, you had,
Journal. Baby journal.
yeah.
Baby
Well,
girl journal that. Journal that
what?
energy on to a piece of paper and express what you were feeling, why
Yeah,
you had anxiety, and what was causing that, and put that down on paper.
yeah. Is that
Um,
called sensory overload, baby?
yes, yes. And my
Yeah,
therapist encourages journaling so much. And I have found so much relief in just expressing what I want to say. When I'm
yeah.
mad at you, like when I'm mad at you, I can just write it all out and I don't have to tell you. And then
Right,
I'm done. When I'm mad at my kids, I do that. You know, when I'm happy, I put it down, on the paper
right,
and
right,
I just express all of my feelings.
right.
But it's your own conversation with yourself and you don't have to worry about any feedback or anybody criticizing you. So journal those feelings.
Absolutely. Baby Scotty Unchained 2.0 says, wish I could stay longer, but super sleepy. Gonna put the stream up on my bedroom TV. I went to a Travis Tritt concert a couple of years ago. Awesome. Scotty, thank you for stopping by. Thank
Love
you for,
Travis Tritt.
Yeah, me too. Thank you for being just really, really cool about everything, and much love. We'll see you behind the scenes probably sometime
Yeah,
tomorrow.
we hope you have a great night tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow because we're going to be doing something tomorrow.
Fantastic. That's true. We will. Holly's Hauntings and Happenings. Sandra, are you an empath? Live streams and video clips, channel 2. Everything she said was true. That's why I fell back from certain people. Well, that's awesome, man. I really, really appreciate that.
I'm an
Sandra says,
empath. I think I'm an empath.
yes, Holly. Baby, here's the thing. We're at 55 minutes. Why don't we take a break right now, and then we'll come back and start off the second half of the show for another 30 to 45 minutes, because it's only 8:38 Pacific. And then we're going to go, I'm going to read the comments from this this channel called Panda. And I got to look and see, when was this channel created? November 5th, 2022. So they created this account today to comment, because they're probably banned here. But we're gonna read it anyway, because it's funny to me how a lot of these people that have known about me from the past, that have been projecting their insecurities onto my happiness, are creating fake accounts to come back and speak their mind when they're not even welcome here. But hey, we'll go over it. It was interesting, so we will go over it. But baby, final thoughts on the first half of the show. I thought we had some, interesting things happen at the beginning, but it's kind of really tapered off into a really positive show. And I'm really thrilled at how it's going so far. And good turnout tonight. Pretty good turnout. I'm thrilled.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to get in on that because you know me, with Holly and Sandra, I absolutely am into that whole stuff. And I do believe I'm an empath. It's been an interesting life that I've had. And I do have a medium that I talk to a couple times a year. She connects me with whatever's around me. She lets me know, and I sage my house. I do all that stuff.
Wait, say that again, baby.
Shit.
You kind of cut off.
I said I sage my house, and I'm like all into that stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Palo
What happened a second ago?
Santo? Oh, no, my thing just came unplugged because I moved my leg and it snapped out.
Oh, okay.
My leg was caught on the cord. That's it.
Okay. All right, baby. All right, anything else? Or are you ready for break?
No, I'm ready for that break.
Give me a few, baby, and I'll come and get you in a second, baby. I'm gonna put you backstage. All right? I'll come get you in a few.
Sounds good.
Backstage you go. Bye for now, baby.
Bye.
All right, folks. Music is all queued up. We're gonna step away for about an 8 or 9 minute break, and when we get back, we're gonna continue with more of day 5 of the 30-day life-changing positivity challenge. If you have any questions that you would like for us to answer, anything you're struggling with personally or professionally, please get your questions in the chat, and we'll get to them when we get back. Plus, we have some comments to read about our show yesterday, day 4 of the positivity challenge. So stick around for that coming up after the break. So stick around. Round. We'll be right. show, everybody. Yeah, I've got some Ethan Mixel coming up. March on. You gotta love Ethan Mixel. Rip it, Ethan. Rip it. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Energy up. Energy up. Energy up. Energy up. Ethan Mixel. Yeah. Yeah. That is absolutely the best artist in the entire YouTube audio library, Ethan Mixel. Man, you gotta love Ethan Mixel music. And YouTube is coming out with creator music where you can actually purchase a license to use copyrighted music per video. It's not a blanket license, it's a per video license. So that's coming very soon. That's exciting. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but we'll see. Lots of great things happening on YouTube. Stick around and I will share with you folks the latest as it happens as part of what we do out here. But for now, it's time to get back to the show. And I'm just feeling really, 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 really good in the hood. Yeah. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2, authentic live streams, the most positive place on the internet. And I'm here with my lady. She'll be joining me back live on the show via StreamYard in a few. Tonight is day 5 of the 30-day positivity challenge. And tonight we're, discussing, I forgot to mention this, stop instigating. Stop instigating stuff, folks. Come on. People that instigate things just want to create drama to mask the pain they're feeling deep within for themselves. But you can work through it a better way, and that's what we're here to help you with. Before we get back to that, we would like to remind you all that our channels here on YouTube and our business here is primarily funded through crowdfunding and your donations. If you feel it in your heart and soul that you're getting value, you can donate in one of three ways, which is what I'm trying to say. You can donate in any amount based on the value you feel you're receiving. You can go to the bottom of the chat and hit that super chat or send a super sticker. You can also donate via Cash App or PayPal. On PayPal, you can go to paypal.me/Coach Eli. And on Cash App, you can go to $The Real Coach Eli. And as always, like my lady said earlier, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. Just about another 35 seconds left here for Ethan to bring us back to the second half. I've got to refresh YouTube Studio on the back end because for some reason the chat froze. Give me a second here while Ethan finishes ripping it, baby. Ripping it, right? Yeah. All right, here we go. Yeah. 10 more seconds. Yeah, baby. 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's bring back the lady of every hour here on this channel. Baby, welcome back to the show,
Hello.
baby. Baby, I'm going to give you a big round of applause for just coming back because I love you so much.
Well, thank you, and I love you so much as well.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let me just catch up on the chat here real quick, and then we're going to get to those 2 comments that were written on yesterday's show. Let's see. Live streams and video clips channel 2 says, I just want to be around positive people now. Well, that's good. That's good. What made you come to that realization or conclusion? That's really nice to hear. Thank you for sharing that. Senator Palacio says, you understand, huh? And Holly says, I thought so. With empaths, any energy, good or bad, affects us. That's true. That's true. Scotty says, no worries. Let's see. Holly says, that's a subject for maybe one of my shows, LOL. Sandra says, it's hard to not soak it all up. I'm having a hard time, again, trying to separate and put up barriers. What's this regarding, Sandra? Is it anything you feel comfortable sharing so we can help you work through it as best as possible. Holly says, Sandra, breathing and meditation help. That's true. Or how about taking a nice walk for, a mile or two each day and kicking in those endorphins? That's what's always helped me. Walking, baby. Isn't that a great way to feel good and kick in those endorphins, the feel good hormone?
Well, it is. It's a great way to get out there. You're breathing fresh air, you're expanding your lungs. And I mean, you don't have to go on a power hike or major walk. You
Mm-hmm.
could just take a walk down the block and
Mm-hmm.
that will make you feel better.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Or you can go on a nice little trail like I go on, Sandra,
Well,
all over the Bay Area.
yes. Yes, but that's not always accessible. And all I'm saying is sometimes when you're feeling this way,
Mm-hmm.
just getting yourself out of bed and
Mm-hmm.
walking around the block
Is
is
a
what you
start.
need to do.
It's a
Yeah.
start. Yeah, yeah, it's a start. It's better than nothing. And once you start, then you can build up to doing what I do and what you do. Absolutely, great advice there, babe. Sandra says, at Holly, yes, it is an interesting subject. We should talk sometime, Holly. Okay, yeah. And my lady's
And
available
I
behind the
would
scenes.
honestly, I would love to be in on that conversation, ladies, because I'm very much into this. And I know I've talked to you, Holly, about something that happened recently. So I would really enjoy talking to both you ladies, maybe in a chat about
Mm-hmm.
this or doing a panel. That would be great.
Okay. Yeah, very well said. All right, keep the questions coming in the chat and the comments, and my lady and I are going to discuss a comment we received last night on day 5. Sorry, on day 4 of the Positivity Challenge. This was from obviously a sock account that was created today, November 5th, 2022, by Panda Panda, 5 hours ago. This was extremely hard to watch. Really? Somebody being raw and real like my lady and being open and honest was really hard to watch? Okay. There are many ways you can repair this relationship with your daughter. The first being not calling her a bitch on a public platform. My lady and I, we talked behind the scenes, baby, and that, we got to give that to her.
You know what? Yes, absolutely. But you know what? Like I've said, she's a 27-year-old woman. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not like I'm calling my 5-year-old little girl a bitch. She legitimately is acting like a grown ass woman that's being a bitch.
Okay.
I
Um,
call it like I see it. Doesn't mean I
it's
don't love her.
Yeah, it's called, Panda Panda, whoever you are. You're somebody from the past that's obviously been blocked here. But, Panda Panda, this is tough love. I grew up with tough love. My lady grew up with tough love. The reason why a lot of these kids nowadays, maybe including you, are feeling the way you're feeling, or her daughter's feeling the way she's feeling, is because they haven't been given tough love. We've been coddling these kids instead of teaching them responsibility by way of tough love. And a lot of these kids, what they'll do nowadays is what you try to do, baby, in your younger days. When you don't get your way, you'll threaten to call CPS. And your mama just said, okay, here's the phone. I'll dial the number for you, and here's a quarter. Call someone who cares.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the best. That was the best thing your mother could have done because it taught you responsibility. Go ahead, babe.
Oh, no, no. I was agreeing with you. Like
Uh huh.
that is the tough love. Like you want to call me out? Okay. You want to go live in a home somewhere? Go. Bye. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't think this nice house where you have your own bedroom, your own bed, dinner every night, everything for you is not good enough, then alrighty, you go ahead and go. See how you like it, little girl.
And furthermore, Panda Panda says also a child usually won't cut a parent off unless it is a last resort. That's not true. There's a reason why she's behaving this way. It's because she's been coddled from the first day that she was born. And I mentioned this earlier on my walking stream, baby. I don't think you heard it, but here's the thing. When a little girl is growing up, okay, she's going to look at her father as the role model of the type of man she's going to be attracted to date and possibly marry. Whereas a little boy is going to look up to his mother as the role model and example of the type of woman that he's going to
Okay.
want to date and marry. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, go on.
And so the reason why I'm with you is because you have very similar qualities that my mother has. And how is it working for us?
It's working great, baby.
Okay. So earlier, what I was saying, baby, go ahead. What are you?
No, I
Are
was
you? Are
just
you?
saying, yeah. I was
So
agreeing. Go on.
so honestly, what I think happened here. This is just, and nobody believes me until a year later, where I'm proven that I was right. I'm not trying to say I'm all that. I just have experience in dealing with these things, right? What I think has happened here is that your daughter 5 years ago met this wonderful man, and I believe him to be a wonderful man. The problem is that this wonderful man, as we talked about last night, lost his father at a young age and didn't have a masculine role model to raise him past the age of 13, was it?
Yes.
And so he was raised by
And
his
he
mother,
found him, and he found him deceased.
and he found him deceased. So that hurt him, right? So he was raised
Yeah.
by his mother, who was a very, very nice and wonderful woman, but did not
And
teach him,
absolutely coddled him.
and basically he didn't learn masculinity. So he's a very good guy, very giving, works hard, makes decent money, is just a really genuine, down to earth guy, but is just lacking the masculinity that women need to be able to trust your masculine core. And what I think is,
It's just because I think he doesn't have that to deal with this generation, that he is also in, because he wants to have the generation his mother and father had, and he doesn't know how to do it.
well, here's the thing, baby. It doesn't matter if it was the old school days or these days where women have been empowered and liberated and are independent, right? Any woman, even back in the days, would not trust a man that was weak. But there were far fewer weak men back then. Listen, if men were weak back in those days, they would not have been able to survive. You understand what I'm saying? So men were basically forced to be strong and provide, or everyone would die, right? So, but nowadays, it's a different thing. Women
Bullshit,
are.
Panda. You can go away.
Is she in the chat?
No, Panda. I think you just banned. Did you ban it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank
So
you.
this is definitely
You
a
don't
troll.
talk about mama. You don't disrespect either mama here on this page.
Well, I
Period.
don't think Panda really said anything that was bad. Tough love is not always the answer. And that's just an opinion. That's not an attack.
As she's saying, my mother gave up on me. No, you can take your opinion and you can shove it
No,
up your rear end.
she said RMP's mother told her she didn't care about her feelings. Question mark. She asked a question. I honestly,
Nope.
to be honest with you, I don't think that was something worthy of being banned. But
Well, I didn't ban
because
her.
right, right, right. So what I'm going to do is
But
I'm
I
going to
don't like
unban.
what she said.
It doesn't matter if you like what she says or not. That they're entitled to their people are entitled to their opinions as long as they're not attacking you. I don't care.
Oh, absolutely.
She's not
Well,
attacking you.
no,
I think
like I've always said, we all have opinions like we all have assholes. And sometimes one stinks more than the other.
I'm going to unban Panda Panda, but Holly, keep an eye on Panda Panda, and if Panda Panda does attack or projects or does anything that violates our rules, no projecting, no attacking, no hate, right? Constructive criticism is what we allow, no problem, okay? So we're going to go ahead and hide you, Panda Panda, and that's fine. That's totally fine.
Just behave yourself.
Are you a woman, Panda Panda? Are you female? And are you somebody that has been banned here from a regular account from the past? Because this is a brand new account you created today. And that's okay. I don't have a problem if you want to
Yeah.
chat. Okay, just be honest with us. That's no problem. So let's continue here. Oh yeah, what I was going to say is this: is that so now you've got this really good guy that lacks masculinity, and he's such a nice guy, and your daughter has grown up during a time of feminism. She's grown up during a time where her female peers as millennials are all about girl power. Go ahead. I can't get through this if you keep interrupting me, but go ahead. We'll be here
I
all
know,
night.
but
Go
I
ahead.
want to interject because you weren't there when she was being raised.
Okay,
And
fair.
she was raised with good, strong men like my father and my brothers. After the divorce, that's when she didn't spend as much time with those men and she was with her father.
I understand
And
that,
he
and
was working a lot.
right. So she did not get the strength that she was trying and hoping to get through her father. Her father basically just gave her everything, money, whatever she wanted, so he can go to work all day and not have to worry about her, right? And so she did not get the masculinity that a little girl needed from her father. So let me tell you, baby, I love
Or
you.
discipline.
Listen, Panda Panda not banned. I left the community 2 years ago due to negativity. Well, what was your original account name? I'm just curious. We're not going to ban you. I like the thought-provoking question. This is good stuff. This is great. But here's the thing, baby. Like, honestly, I'm the most honest guy in the world. And everything that I say to you is unbiased. I love you, but I love you for real. But I'm not gonna BS you or tell you something that you want to hear just to keep you happy. I'm going to be honest with you. And so what I'm saying to you in an unbiased way, outside of we love each other, but this is unbiased. I'm not blaming you. Yes, maybe you had a part to do with it, but the bottom line is the most important thing a woman looks at when it comes to her finding her soulmate, it's her father, because she's looking to attract a man that replicates the behavior of her father, right? So that is clearly the responsibility of your ex-husband, her father.
Yes.
So she chose this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I was going to say thank you, Holly, for realizing that I was just defending my own mother.
It's
because
okay.
Nobody gets to talk crap about my own mama but me.
No, I understand. No one was talking crap about you. No one was talking crap about your mama. Baby, listen, if someone's talking crap about your mama, I will remove them myself. No, this has been very, very reasonable so far. So let's continue. It's very interesting. Okay. So this guy, nice guy, but he basically is too nice of a guy where your daughter is getting anything and everything she wants from him and is stepping all over him. He has no spine and no balls and no backbone. I say this respectfully, right? And I think what's happening with your little girl, when she first met this guy 5 years ago, was in pretty decent shape. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to show how this has affected her, right? She's put on some weight, right? A good amount of weight, right? Okay. She's probably.
Amen, Holly.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention the amount of weight she's put on, but she she's not, in my opinion, not in the healthiest weight level. And that's a direct reflection of how she feels her relationship is going. Right now,
Well,
her
and
husband.
that's one thing I spoke to my mother about was after, because this morning,
Uh huh.
I don't know if everybody knows, I've been blocked from all of her social media,
Mm-hmm.
but and even her future mother-in-law and sister-in-law has blocked me. But I guess her fiance forgot on
He didn't
Insta.
forget. He didn't forget. He didn't forget.
And so I like just this morning, just the normal thing. I went through my Facebook and then I was going through Insta and boom, there was a picture of the two of them celebrating their 5-year anniversary.
You know
And
what,
that's
baby?
the picture I showed you.
It was beautiful. It was a nice picture, but I really hate it when people call Instagram Insta. People are so damn lazy now. They're saying FB, Insta, YT, right? It's like, God, man, Insta. It sounds so gangsta.
It's just how the world is.
Yeah, hit me up on Insta. Hit me up on Insta.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, let's continue. So basically,
Oh yeah.
uh,
And so I came in and I showed you, and
mhm,
and I haven't seen my daughter in a while.
right.
And you and I were both concerned by how much weight she's put on since the last
Oh my God,
time
and I
I've
say this
seen her.
respectfully. I say this respectfully because she's your little girl. She was. I'm not saying she doesn't look good now. She was really, really cute 5 years ago, and she could have probably
She's
attracted.
hot.
She could have attracted 90+% of the guys out there, right? But now, I will tell
Yeah.
you right. I'll tell you right now, at the weight level she's at, and with her attitude, she ain't gonna attract shit. I'll tell you that.
No.
And so, you know, I think
And I
right
don't want to
now
fat shame anybody. Like I want to make that clear. I'm not
we're not.
fat shaming.
No one's fat shaming
I'm
anybody.
looking at her and I just see that she is not in a healthy position right
Okay,
now.
and but the thing is, we're gonna hear what Panda says and everyone else, and we're gonna hear what you say. But I think I really know what's going on here because I've done a lot of studying on this. I've been in many relationships, and I've seen this. And the bottom line is that I think that your daughter, your daughter's unhappiness comes from the fact that she's with a good man that she loves and loves the security and stability financially, but I think that she has uh, lost a bunch of respect for him for not being man enough or being masculine enough. Women want to feel safe in a relationship. They want to feel safe and protected from any danger. They want to feel like they're heard and understood by their man. Women look up to a man's strength physically and emotionally, and they are repelled by a man's weakness, any weakness by a man. And this guy
Yeah.
is, even your mother said it yesterday.
Jesus. Mhm.
He, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to respond. Yeah, Sandra, I totally agree. I can call my brother an ass, but nobody else can.
Right.
And my mother has always said, my husband can be an asshole, but I am the only one that can call him an asshole. Because if you call him an asshole to my face, I'm gonna beat your
Mm-hmm.
ass.
Okay. Okay.
So that's
So
we just protect our family.
yeah. Well, let's continue here because I want to get
Um,
through this here.
no, no, he doesn't talk to me, Sandra.
Okay, baby, do you mind if we go through the chat? Like, if we go through one thing at a time,
Okay,
so we
I'm
can.
gonna just shut up and mute the phone.
No, no, you don't need to do that, baby. Don't, baby. This is our show. and I want us to be able to get through all the material here. You're going to have a chance to get through everything, okay? I can't hear you, babe. Baby, can you please unmute? I can't hear you. You see, this is the thing here. This is what happens with women. You know, they get emotionally hurt over something that is not that big of a deal. That's just the way it goes. So she's going to stay muted for a while. I'll just keep running the show. I'll run the show without you, babe. That's fine. Also, a child. Okay, I already read that. Your daughter is in pain clearly, and it's not for anyone to say what is and not worthy of that. Well, the bottom line is this, Panda, is that yes, her daughter is in pain, and her daughter knows what's causing that pain, but she doesn't want to admit it. And the thing is, her daughter right now, the way that she's not taking care of herself, doesn't have any other options. Maybe she might find, you know, guys that are not as attractive or less attractive. I mean, her man is reasonably attractive, right? But what other guy is she going to be able to attract right now? The way that she's coming off, all the weight she's gained, the attitude. She also has a tattoo of Rosie the Riveter, you know, girl power on her forearm. Like, the bottom line is, I think she feels that she's stuck. That's what I think is going on. Go ahead, babe. Babe, you're muted. Babe, you're muted. Can you unmute yourself? Babe! Okay. Well, if she's going to continue to, I don't know if she's having technical difficulties or if she's just having a crying fit and this is too hot to handle. Like, you know, I mean, it is what it is, right? This is the truth. This is the absolute truth here. Just by listening, I can tell you she feels unheard and like her feelings don't matter. You know what? I'm going to go check on my lady because this is just not good. I'll be right back, okay? I'm going to put her backstage. we're back. Welcome back. My lady will be joining us momentarily here. And I see the chat is responding. We will share our thoughts with you folks in just a second here. It's been a very interesting show. This is happening live and in real time, and it's good because people need to learn what's going on here, understand these principles, and it will help all of you become better people. Let's fade this out and get right back to it. Oops, I didn't fade out. I just hit end. Okay. That was a shitty transition, but anyway, it's all good. Baby, are you back?
I am back.
I love you, baby.
And I have a lot to say. Let's go over this chat.
Baby, I love you.
I love you.
Feeling better a little bit?
And I love our followers. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Okay.
And every donation is just so, like, we appreciate it so much.
Fantastic. Let me read a few of the chat comments that Panda read. Let me read about 5 of these comments, and then you can respond. Okay, baby?
Yeah.
Maybe she has trauma. She has that's unprocessed. I gained weight when I was not mentally well. I think what happened there, baby, is I think she gained weight during this relationship. And I think because her husband-to-be is a chef and, he...
And a really good one.
He's a really good one. And so he feeds her a lot of pasta. And it's not even the fact that he feeds her pasta. The bottom line is that as a man in the relationship, you got to balance things out. You can eat well, but at the same time, you got to say, hey, babe, let's go out and let's go. Why don't we go and take a 5 or 10 mile hike, right? When you go and take a 5 or 10 mile hike, you're out there in the woods, fresh air, you're burning a ton of calories, and you can pretty much eat whatever the fuck you want and you won't gain weight. Plus, you're spending time with your partner away from all of life's BS nowadays, right, baby? And as a man, you got to be a leader and you got to realize this happening and you got to act upon it, right? And I think what's happening here is that he's not acting upon it. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I just want to quickly come in and say, sorry for that delay, guys. I was going through a moment because, this is my daughter. She is my baby girl. I love her more than life itself. And it hurts me so much to be saying such negative things and seeing such negativity in her life. Right. So that's why we had to take a break. I needed to collect myself.
Yeah. Right.
I was,
but I'm not,
I love my daughter.
I know you do, baby. And here's the thing. Go ahead.
There was something I sent to my mom tonight that said something that a mother's guilt is like, it's overwhelming, and all we want in our life is our babies to be happy. That's all we want.
Well, let's continue here, baby, because this gets very interesting. Sandra Palacio says exactly, Panda, emotional trauma. Panda then says, I was not calling your mother anything. She's a human, just like everyone else. Really was not attacking her. No problem. Let's move on. That's great. I think you understand that, right, baby? So we can move forward.
All right.
Okay, and then Panda says, and I want to respond to this first, baby, because I'm a man, and then you can tell me what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Panda says, I don't think it's the man. Panda, I'm a man, and let me tell you something. You probably are not going to hear many men on YouTube or the internet that do what I do and we do here admit when it's the man's fault. And I'm sitting here coming and telling you this is completely, maybe not completely, but primarily the man's fault. And I'll tell you why. I've made the same mistakes in the past. You see, women look up to a man for their strength emotionally and physically, to protect them from danger and to understand what a woman truly goes through emotionally. For example, my lady had a moment and basically muted. She wasn't coming back. And I said, you know what? I love my baby. This is not normal. She's going through something. I'm going to play some music, put the show on hold, and I'm going to go and be there for her because I understand that she's going through something and she needs my masculine strength. Correct me if I'm wrong before I continue, babe.
Oh, no, baby, you're absolutely right there. This is a very emotional thing for me to go through. And I think you saw that yesterday with my mom and I. And it just, how overwhelming the relationship that we have with my daughter has affected us both and what's going on, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Now listen to this,
And
baby. This
we
gets
both, what?
both what? Sorry, we both what?
I was going to say, we both don't like saying anything negative about her because we love her so much. But we're also just looking out for her best interest.
Yep. And
And
here's the thing, babe. Go ahead. Go ahead.
okay, no, go on.
I'm just saying, baby. There's so much to go through, and I don't.
Let's go.
We'll eventually hear everything you have to say, but there's more here that's going to add to this, baby. So, Sandra Palacio, I want to read a few comments here before we respond. Sandra says she's settling. A daughter is settling, says Sandra, and I would have to agree. And here's the thing: it's really, really hard to come out here and say this because the truth does hurt. And I think what's really more so hurting your daughter is the fact that it's not that she doesn't think this man's a good man or he can't provide, but she's thinking that this is the best he can get, or sorry, she can get, right? Now, just like when you found me, baby, right? Right? Women are, let me ask you an honest question, baby. When a woman is looking to settle with a man and have a life with a man, isn't she always going to look to find the best suited man, the strongest man, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially stable, everything? Tell me that's not true.
No, that's absolutely true.
Okay. So in this situation here,
Ouch.
okay, you know, she got with this man. Initially, it was probably fine. And then they got emotionally attached. They started doing things together. And then she probably started to realize that this man is a good man, but there's just something missing there. Like there's
What
something
is that?
just not, what's that?
No, no, I'm just talking to myself. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. And I'll tell you what is missing here. What is missing here is masculinity. It's the strength that women want and need from a man to be happy and secure. Okay, while she may be feeling secure in the financial aspect of things, right? She's not feeling safe in other aspects, the emotional support, the maybe protecting her from danger. Because if she can step all over him, then how can she trust him or any man like this to protect her if they ever got into danger? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's a very unsettling feeling for any woman. So Panda Panda, with no disrespect intended, and I'm talking about men here. I'm talking smack about my own kind because I used to be a big pussy. I'm not going to lie. I understand this behavior because I used to be this way in my younger days, and women would step all over me, and I had to figure it out, and I learned how to balance it out. So that's
I was
what's
going to
really
say
happening.
Nightbot just timed her out.
It's okay. She'll be back, and we'll read the deleted messages. Now, here's what Panda Panda says. I want you to respond to this, babe. Let us know what you think. Or is her husband trying? It's, well, fiance. They're not married yet, but they're going to be married by next year. They've been together for 5 years. Or is her husband trying to help her deal with her emotions? No, he doesn't even know how to do that. Not because he's a bad guy, because he lacks the masculinity required to be able to understand what she needs. That's what it is, baby.
And
Go
you
ahead.
know what? I wanna give him a little bit of credit because I don't know if we said that this man lost his father at the age of 13 and actually found him deceased. And he's been raised just by women. So I want to give him just a little bit of credit here. It's not his fault.
I'm not, baby. What I'm saying here is that he's not a bad guy. And I'm not sitting here trying to put the blame on anyone. This is what this all boils down to is women. Okay, listen to this, babe. I've said it before and you tell me your thoughts. Okay. There's a difference between what women say they want and what women respond to. Does that make sense? Women might say they want something, but what they respond to emotionally, which is what they do all the time, is different, right? And I don't think he understands that sometimes when his woman says something, he's got to read between the lines and try to figure out that all she really wants is a hug or to say, hey, baby, it's going to be okay. I got this. You got to trust me. I'm your man. I'm your rock. And you can come to me for anything. Okay? And that's all he has to
And
do.
and all I'm going to say on this publicly is that because I have not been involved with my daughter in the last 2 years, that I really do not know how their relationship is going. These
Uh-huh.
are all assumptions that we're making based on her actions. And
Um,
I really don't want to solidify anything here. These are just assumptions we're making because, like I said, I tell you all the time, you ask me questions about people, and if I haven't seen them, I say I don't know because people change.
baby, I agree with what you're saying. And I understand we don't know exactly what's going on. But when it comes from what I've learned, and the reason why you and I work out is because I've fucked up so many relationships and I had to learn why I fucked them up. And I had to own to myself. I had to own up to the fact that I wasn't showing up to be the best possible man I could be for any woman. And until I was able to look at myself in the mirror and say, you know what, Eli, you're a big fucking pussy, right? You know what, Eli, you were too nice of a guy. You just had no spine, no balls, right? It's not saying to be mean to your woman, but sometimes your woman's going to test you to see how strong you are. And if you just, say what she wants, what you think she wants to hear to appease her, it's going to turn her off. She's going to lose respect for you. That's what it all boils down to. With any woman, I don't care what era it is. That's what women either respond to or don't. So now Panda Panda says his loyalty should always stay with his woman, just as Eli should always stay with his, correct? I'm very loyal to my woman, and I'm more than sure this guy's loyal to my lady's daughter. That's not the point. The
That's
point,
not the point. He is so loyal to her that he is not helping her, he's enabling her behavior.
what it is, baby, is he's not respecting himself. Basically,
Thank you,
he
Holly.
is he is basically he is basically disrespecting himself to try to please her. He's not
Yeah.
standing up for himself as an individual man. See, women don't want to be with a people pleaser. Women want to be with a man that comes complete. He's masculine, he's strong, but also sweet and well balanced, right? That's all it is. That's the bottom line. And as long as this guy doesn't have self-respect to stand up to his woman when he feels his woman's a little out of line, women pick up on that and they're going to lose respect for that man. And that's going to anger
Yeah.
them.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, baby, but that is one thing that has happened in our relationship that I've learned is
What?
that, like, you will understand sometimes I'm acting on my own emotions,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll say, baby, you're being a little ridiculous. And I'll be like, fuck you. And I'll walk away.
And what
But
I say,
5 minutes later, I'm right back in your arms because I know you're right.
you know what I do? This is what happens. So she has these moments that has nothing to do with our relationship. She's just going through something like women do emotionally, right? Based on
We
how
are
she's feeling
not
in
insulting. I'm sorry, we are not insulting a young woman and her fiance, so you can go away.
no, no. What is that? Um, yeah, I don't know what happened. Did somebody delete her message? Um, we can let these people stay. We'll respond to them. Are you there, baby? I can't hear you. Oh, you're okay. I
Sorry, I
hear you
was
there.
coughing.
No worries, baby. Let's respond to this respectfully and maturely. Let's let people have their say, and you and I, with our experience, will share our thoughts. That's what it's all about, right? This is good. So let's continue. This is really good. All right. So,
Oh yeah, and
uh,
Panda, I do. My daughter is like the most beautiful woman in the world to me.
mm-hmm, yeah,
And the reason that I come off a little harsh is because I lost my best friend. She really was. When, she became an adult, we really had a great connection.
mm-hmm,
And I lost that with her. And that's why I'm
abso-
angry and negative. And
absolutely, and
I think, yeah, and just what she's doing is being very petty in my eyes. And that's the only reason why I come at her saying negative words. But she's a grown ass woman and she can handle it.
right, and let's continue here, baby. Holly says it is hard to deal with family issues publicly. Well, my lady and I are public figures, and this is our business. And we really, I know you weren't attacking us, Holly. What we're saying is that we want people to learn through our experiences, and the experiences that we're sharing here is what many people go through. This is actually typical. This is typical. So while my lady might think, oh, why am I going through this? Why is my daughter going through this? Why is this happening? This is what happens with tons of people. So this is very valuable for everyone to learn. Now, Sandra says something here, baby, and real quick, because we really got to
Thank
blitz through this.
you.
There's a lot to go through. Sandra says, I don't think her fiance is strong enough to be her emotional support. I have to agree, baby. I'm sorry. I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's what's causing her
And
to lash out. Right.
I'm not going to say my last name, but us women, my mother, myself, we need a strong man.
Yep. And it's not just you women. I know you, your mother, and your
No,
daughter.
I'm just saying, well, no, I'm saying that because that's traditional in our family.
I understand, baby, but here's the thing. We talked about this offline, and you ladies are very strong. You are. And you do need a strong man. But the bottom line is every single woman, even the weakest woman on the planet, would be repelled by another man's weakness. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is I understand for you ladies because listen, you're independent. Your mother's independent. Your daughter is trying to be independent. And so we're in an era now of modern day feminism where women have been empowered with this girl power, and they don't put up with any man's weakness, and I don't blame them because men should not be weak. So Sandra's right here. I really hope, and maybe I can get a chance to talk with this guy at some point, and I really really hope I can help him out a little bit, because if he just toughens up a little bit, it will be the best. I mean, it'll be so amazing between the two of them, and everything will be fixed. I'm telling you. Now, let's continue,
Alrighty,
okay, babe?
and
Go.
Panda, I'm just gonna address that. Assumptions can be hurtful. So I am careful, but you know what? She's my daughter, so I know her.
Hmm.
So I have been giving her time. I've given
Absolutely.
her 2 years.
Hmm.
And, she has made a point this year to be very, like, she stood up and was like, I don't want to be around my mother. And that's when she said she wasn't going to come to the family Thanksgiving. And that was very pivotal for my mom and dad.
Okay, and
So
it
I'm
was.
not trying to talk shit.
No, you're not. Now, baby,
I'm just what?
you're sharing how you feel because that's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Now,
because we're adults and my mom and I as two adults
uh-huh.
shared that, while we had lunch about how we felt about her, and it doesn't mean we don't love her and we're not talking crap. It's our concern. We are so concerned because this is not her normal behavior.
I forgot to update the donations on the bottom left, baby. You'll see it updated in a minute. $24.99. I'm sorry, folks. I'm not even concerned about the money, but we appreciate the donations. Yeah, let's continue here. Here's an interesting one from Panda Panda. And I want to respond to this first, baby, and then get your thoughts because it's very interesting. What is the guy supposed to do? It is not his responsibility to get involved in the relationship with her mom and her. He might be telling her to fix it behind closed doors. We can't assume what he says or doesn't say to her, but they will stand united publicly. Here's the thing. Panda Panda, first of all,
Absolutely.
Okay, but hold on. Respectfully. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know how old you are. I asked you that in the comment and you said that doesn't matter. It does matter because the older you are, the more experience you have. And I don't know if you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s. I don't know if you've been through a divorce. I don't know what you've been through to come at this subject from whatever standpoint, because based on what you've experienced
And do you
is
have
how
children?
right. Based on what you've experienced is how you're going to come at this, right? And we're not trying to be mean. We're just saying, look, you know, where, you know, how experience, baby, I'm hearing feedback. What's going on?
I just, unfortunately, my leg kicked the thing out again.
Oh, and it
I
was,
just gotta stop moving.
no, you can move. Just keep your phone away from you. You have a long cord on
I
that.
know. It's such, baby, it's such a long cord,
I
and my
hooked you
foot
up.
is hanging off the bed. So I just like hooked it up a little bit and then it just pulled it out.
Baby, I hooked you up with the best equipment and you still find a way. Never mind. I love you anyway. You still find a way to, anyway. That's why I love you, okay?
Yes.
All right, so let's continue here. Here's
Thank you,
my answer to
Sandra.
that. What is the guy supposed to do in this situation, Panda Panda? Let me say this. If my woman here told me that, you know what? I'm pissed off at my mother. I don't want to talk with her ever again. And let's say her mother was trying to reach out because her mother missed her. This is what I would tell my woman. I would say, babe, first of all, family is very important to me. The reason why I started to date you and why we're together and why we're considering or why we're going to be getting married is because of the type of person you are. And my mother is she's one of the most important parts of my life.
Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I cannot be with a woman that disrespects her mother in this way. Now, let's pretend we're younger, baby. You can no longer have kids, which is fine. Let's pretend we're younger and we were planning on having kids like your daughter's planning on having with this guy, right? I would say to you, look, if this is how you're going to treat your mother and just walk away, it's so fucking immature. Like, I can't have kids with someone because I can't trust you to be a good enough mother for our kids, my kids, our kids, if you treat your mother this way. You see, that's what the guy should do. Because honestly, a man wants to have a happy life with his wife, with their family, wants no issues, wants everyone to get along. This guy needs to stand up and say, look, I love my mother. My father died at a young age. My mother is all I've got. She means the world to me. And the way you're treating your mother doesn't sit right with me. And unless you change that and fix that and give her a chance, I don't want any part of this. And she might whine and complain and bitch, right? And at that point, what I would do if I was him, I'd say, well, if that's the way you feel about it, there's the door. don't let it hit your ass on the way out. Or don't let it hit you where the good Lord splits you, like some other people say. But I like the first way I said it. Don't let the door. There's a door.
Yeah.
Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out, right? And at that
That's
point,
how I say it.
At that point, what'll happen? What'll happen? And he has to mean that. He has to be okay with her walking away and never coming back. Because if she walks away, then she was never with him for the right reasons. And then it's going to leave a space open for him to find a better woman that's going to respect him and appreciate him, right? But I bet you if he were to do that, she would be like crying and, oh, baby. She'll be thinking in her head, man, I never knew my man had balls, actually. My man finally actually had some balls to stand up to me. And then she would gain respect. And then she would say, you know what? You're right, babe. You're right, babe. I don't want to lose you. I've been ridiculous. I really just needed you to call me out on my shit. That's what men do. They call their woman out on their shit, and women call their men out on our shit. That's what we're there for. She's upset because this guy has no spine to stand up to her. She cannot feel his masculine core. They're like roommates. That's what they are. They're like roommates. That's it, in my opinion. I hope it'll turn around. I wish them the best. But there's the answer. Anything you want to add to that, baby?
Hold on.
What are you doing?
I'm reading. So what is that last one from Panda? How do you know he's not telling her that? At the end of the day, I'm sure RMP wants her daughter to want her in her life. And
baby, is the TV volume on? I'm hearing feedback of the show. Can you turn the TV volume? No?
It's not on. I don't know what's going on. It literally is nothing.
Okay, let's go down the chat from where we left off, and we'll get to that. Panda says, that's okay, Holly, for Nightbot timing out. Yeah, no problem. It's going to happen. You'll be back in 15 seconds, and we'll read your deleted messages. Panda says, absolutely wasn't trying to attack. We are all on this earth to look inwards and try to improve. That's true. Parents make mistakes, doesn't make them bad people. This is not about, this has, honestly, folks, to me, this has nothing to do. Of course, parents make mistakes, but the mistakes that were made here are not affecting her. It's not affecting the way she's behaving right now. The reason why she's behaving this way is because of a lack of masculinity.
Go ahead.
Starts from her dad, and then starts from this guy now. Go ahead.
No, I mean, this is an effect. You know, I feel guilt and regret that I could not make my marriage work for my children, and they had to go through a divorced life. Mm-hmm. I've told Eli that, you know, I'm grateful my parents have been married for over 40 years. You know, God rest his father's soul. They would have still been married today if he was alive. And, you know, it's just, I don't get to give my kids that kind of feeling of having their parents together forever. Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of resentment comes from. And I feel guilt from that. I do.
Okay. But baby, can I say something real quick before you continue? Let me jump in here for a second. What you just said is what most divorced couples say. I really wish I could have made my marriage work for the kids. That's the wrong way to look at it. You got to make the marriage work for you and the person you're with. Because here's the thing.
Yeah, and that is exactly why we got divorced.
Correct, because here's the thing.
We knew it wasn't going to work for the kids.
No, it didn't work. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with it didn't work for you as a couple. The bottom line is, once you get married, if as a man you don't continue to date and court your wife like you did before you got married, which is why you got married, then it's only a matter of time before it falls apart. Because the dating and courting process for a man and a woman when they get married, even if they have kids, never ends.
Excuse
You
me.
gotta find time for each other, for romance, for bonding and connecting, emotionally, spiritually, physically. You got to find time for each other in the same ways you did before you got married that made you want to marry each other. And the kids should have nothing to do with that. Yes, you want to love your kids and be there for them, but you can't sit there and blame yourselves that you couldn't make the marriage work for the kids because it didn't work out because you two weren't compatible. That's the bottom line. You're being hard on yourself because you love your kids, and maybe your ex-husband feels the same. But that's how people look at this, and in my opinion, it's not really the right way to look at it. Go ahead, babe.
No, you're fine. Can you go through the chat more?
Okay. Yes. Sandra says, right, it doesn't make anyone a bad person. People make bad choices and regret them later, if at all. Sure, that happens with everyone. Holly says, pasta, LOL. Yeah, too many carbs. That's why I walk 3 to 4 miles a day. Well, baby, you can eat all the pasta you want because you're 105 pounds. We want to get you up to 120 ASAP.
I know.
But you're looking better. I tell you what, baby, compared to when I first met you, you're on the right track. I'm so proud of you. But anyway.
Thank you.
Panda, you're welcome. Panda says the important thing is how we react to people telling us we hurt them. Well, that's true, but the bottom line is, I'm sure Panda, you're a woman. You're probably in your 30s. That's what I'm guessing. Because if you were in your 40s, you'd be Gen X. You'd have a lot more experience. You probably would be coming at this from a different aspect. I'm just assuming because you're not sharing that information. But the bottom line here is, this has nothing to do with any of this. This has to do clearly with the two most important men in this woman's life has not given her what she's needed. A father needs to give a father needs to give his daughter, the strength, and needs to, allow his daughter to sit on his lap, and daddy needs to say, hey, everything's going to be okay. I'm here for you. I got you, right? And what that is going to do is it's going to, show the daughter that's the type of man she is going to want to go out and attract, because that's what a woman needs. A woman needs a man to say, hey, baby, it's going to be okay. I've got you. I'm the man, and I'm here to protect you. And whatever it is you need, I've got you, right? Now, within reason, when you say whatever you need, I got you, that's within reason. You're not going to sit there and let your woman say, okay, go buy me $100,000 diamond ring. That's what I need. I'd say, fuck you. That's what I would say, baby. I
wouldn't want that because I'm not going to say my last name, but I would do that to it.
Yeah, no, I understand that. What I'm saying is the main responsibility of a good, strong man, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and mentally, is to be the rock for the woman emotionally, because that's how women are. And if you, as a man, didn't have the upbringing where you learned how to be emotionally strong and centered and secure, there's no way you're going to be able to provide what any woman needs from any generation. Women are biologically still the same, despite the fact that they're liberated. They still look up to a man for the same reasons, the strength of a man, not the weakness. That's the bottom line. Anything you want to add to that, baby, before we continue?
No, I would really like you to just continue with the chat.
Okay. LOL, Holly, says Sandra. I thought the same thing. Holly says, my lean cuisine, pasta, cheese, ravioli, spaghetti, etc. is so good. I can have it without all the calories. Well, it doesn't work that way, Holly, unfortunately, right, baby?
It's lean cuisine, though, baby. It is.
Oh, well, you know what lean cuisine does? They give you like 3 bites. So that way it's like 200 calories and not 1,000. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you're more hungry afterwards than you were before you ate it.
Sweetheart, you're so negative sometimes.
No, I'm just honest, baby. I'm real about it.
Just
The
go
bottom
on. Just
the
read.
bottom line is
You're
eat.
irritating me. Just go on.
Okay. Panda says, "Girl, I'm here to try to help you turn that around." Well, we don't even know who you are, Panda. We don't even know how
Yeah,
old you
I
are. We
don't
don't know
want
you.
your help, Panda.
Panda, here's the
I
thing. It's
don't
not that
need
we don't
you.
want.
I have my own
It's
friends.
it's not that and you could be some troll from the other side that used to troll us. We don't know who you are. You have an account created today. Okay. You need to hear what she needs to
And you
hear
have
from
some
you.
shit talking behind you, so I don't need you as a friend. You
I
have no
honestly
idea
believe.
my history. You have no idea the past with my daughter. So keep your opinions to yourself. Just like Sandra was telling you, you have no idea what's been
Mhm.
going on.
Honestly believe I can help with that. I'm a mama too. Okay. Well, two is TOO, just so you know. I'm not trying to count spelling here, but
Ha!
I'm just saying. Anyway, Panda says, "I will tell you, I don't think calling her man the issue publicly is going to help." Well, this is what we do for a living. And we can talk about whatever we want to talk about. And quite frankly, they don't watch our shows. They don't even know we exist. So the bottom line is it doesn't really matter. But thank you for that. It will put them on the defense with you guys even more. I completely understand this is not an easy topic. Well, here's the thing. The bottom line is they both need to know this. And if they watch this show and they hear it, or if the guy actually hears it, maybe he'll get a spine to start to stand up for himself and his woman, and maybe he'll turn it around and they'll live happily ever after, and everyone will be one big happy family again. You see, this is the kind of stuff that keeps people apart. This is the kind of stuff that keeps people apart. And Panda, you're probably a single mother, I'm assuming, right? Maybe you're in your 30s, maybe you're in your 40s. We don't know anything about you. We don't know your history. So the thing is, it's one thing to come in and try to give people advice on the show that gives people advice and not know who you are or have any information about you. That's all I'm saying. That's a fair statement, right, baby? It's more than a fair statement. It makes me lead to believe that this is somebody trolling from the other side that used to troll us, and they just want to, derail our show, which is, it's okay. You're not
And
derailing our show.
they want to trigger me.
And then you're not going to get triggered. You're not.
Fuck that.
Panda, your
I don't
last
have
comment, I
time to be
believe.
triggered by them. I
Panda,
have better things to get triggered by. Seriously. Like the fact that I didn't get to finish watching the World Series game tonight. I'm a little
yeah.
triggered by that because we started our show.
Well,
That's what I'm interested in. I
okay.
don't
So
care about
Panda,
all y'all
okay, stop it,
people.
baby. Not baby. You're letting your emotions get to you, and that's not how you're really feeling. Okay, let's get through this here. Panda, your last comment, I believe that has been an issue here, says Sandra. And I'm not sure what you're talking about, Sandra. If you can be a little more specific. Panda says, Nightbot is very restrictive, hard to try to talk. I really am trying to help you guys understand what's going on in their minds when hearing what you're saying. Panda, listen, I'm getting very close to blocking you myself because I feel disrespected right now. I'm here to give
And
people
Panda,
advice.
I have my own therapist that will help me get
Right.
through this. I
Right.
don't
You
need
make
you.
you made your point here, and I honestly think you're trolling. I honestly do think you're trolling because you're really trying to push the envelope. And I think you're somebody that is known from the other side because you're trying to create content out of us. And quite frankly, I don't care what you do. But
Yeah,
nobody in their right mind is going to come into somebody's chat out of the blue and try to be the coach in the chat when I'm the coach and so is my lady. This is who we are.
exactly.
That
This is our
honestly,
show.
honestly, to be honest with you, and I say this respectfully, I'm not triggered, but you're being somewhat disrespectful. You're really pushing it, and maybe you don't understand that, but you're really pushing it. You really are.
Oh, but
Let's continue
yeah,
here.
no, because it's not only us seeing it, but Holly and Sandra are also seeing it.
Of course they are. Let's see furthermore here. Laura Smith, please explain to me how this is a positive stream when you are insulting this young woman and her fiance. How is this positive? How are we insulting them? We're speaking
Oh, I
facts.
already yelled
We're
at that bitch.
we're spitting truth bombs, baby. I'm gonna say this
Mm-hmm.
right now publicly, baby. I really need you to contain your emotions and stop calling women that when you're mad, because that is a projection. When you do that,
Yeah, it
it
is.
doesn't help. It doesn't
But
help you.
but I know it's not good for men to do it, but like women do it all the time, and I know
It's
I
not
need
good.
to
No,
stop.
no, baby, you are a sweet woman, baby. These people don't even
What
realize
what is
after
that? Can you read that?
read what. I'm not at the bottom of the
The
chat.
last You're not on the chat?
I'm. You're looking at the screen, which is further ahead. I'm still going through chat that's scrolled up. You can't see on the screen.
Can you go to the bottom?
Hello, Coach and Mrs. Burns.
What is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
So goodbye.
No, I want to hear. I want to hear what do they mean by Mrs. Burns? Who's Mrs. Burns?
Exactly.
We don't know any Mrs. Burns here.
No, no.
Let's let them stick around. Let's hear what they have to say. Are they still trying to find you, baby, and they think that your name is Burns?
Bring it on. Bring it on, tampon.
Baby,
Let's go.
baby, we don't need to instigate it. I'm just like whatever. It is a very positive stream because we are sharing with people what really is happening in these situations and how to correct them and turn it around so everyone can live happily ever after. And it's funny, the women are getting triggered by this because they you guys think that we're attacking her daughter. No, we're saying that basically we're not attacking anyone. What we're saying is that because of the lack of masculine role models that her daughter has had, okay, she's confused and can't trust their masculine core. She can't trust her fiance's masculine core. Her father wasn't, showing her, enough masculinity as her father, so she can learn that, to find that in the guy she's with. So she's struggling to trust her man to be a man. That's what's going on here. That's the truth of the matter. That's it. Let's continue. Panda Panda. Assumptions can be very hurtful. Be careful with that. I say give her time and only speak positive about her. Excuse me. We are talking positive. What we're sharing, what's going on. There's nothing negative here. Baby, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
There's nothing negative that we're saying here, right?
No. I'm
Okay.
just yeah, I'm having a moment right now.
About what?
No, just everything with her, like, we are not putting her down. We are not trying to do that. We are trying to be out here to help her. I want her to lose a little bit of weight before her wedding. I want her future husband to grow a little spine and be the man that
Mm-hmm.
my father was, and you are, and your father was. And
Mm-hmm.
that's it. And I'm not trying to be negative towards her at all. I
You're
want
not?
the best. All I want is the best for my baby girl. That's all I want. I want her to have the best life ever.
And she is. She will. Panda Panda. What you're basically saying is coddle her. She's been coddled plenty. If you want to coddle your kids, Panda Panda,
Oh,
whoever you are,
you know
hold
what,
on, baby.
Panda? This is what caused this problem. Is
Exactly.
she was coddled her whole life.
Yep.
And now she
Millennial.
thinks she can just come back and control us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not right.
It's not right.
We didn't give her the discipline that she needed as a
Mm-hmm.
child.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I
That's all it boils
accept
down to.
responsibility. My mother accepts responsibility. And, like I've said, I've created this monster, but that monster is my daughter and I love her.
Yeah. Panda says the scab seems to probably be being picked over the 2 years. I'm sure the negative stuff is because you guys are hurting as well. No, I'm not hurting. I'm not hurting at all. And my lady, honestly, yes, it's her daughter. So she's going to be hurting for whatever reason, she's not able to see her daughter, right? It doesn't matter what that reason is. But this reason here is something that is out of her control. It's out of her, mother's control, which is her daughter's grandmother. It's out of the entire family's control. Okay. This girl was honestly, I'm not saying your ex-husband was a bad guy. He was, supportive financially, and he still is, but he did not teach her the right role model for masculinity. He didn't show to your daughter, what a man that you're going to attract should be like and how he should protect you and take care of you. So she didn't learn that.
Do you want to know honestly what I think?
What?
Is the fact that her father was able to give up on me as easy as he did kind of showed her a lack of masculinity and support and dedication.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I got to tell you, you are the smartest woman I've ever met besides my mother. I got to give her that, and you're going to give your mother that. Yes. And that's exactly what it is. That's all this boils down to. That's all this boils down to. And all of you want to come out here and say, okay, let's continue to coddle these spoiled, entitled millennials already. They're already so goddamn spoiled and entitled with everything nowadays. You want to further enable that because, you don't want to hurt their fifis. Well, quite honestly, all you're going to be doing, Panda, is further enabling that piss poor behavior. That's all you're doing.
And if you have young children right now and that's how you're acting, that's what's going to happen in the future. Is what's happening to me.
Panda, 2 children have been estranged from the in-laws for about 3 years now. Some people live more in 30 years than in 100. So you're about 30. If you're 30 years old, gosh, you're young. You got a long way to go. And I could sit here and ask you, Panda, why did your ex-husband divorce you? Or if you weren't married, why did the father of your kids leave you? Like, I could sit here and try to dissect your entire situation, which would give me a better understanding of the viewpoint you're coming from. But I'm not going to do that. I already have an idea, and I don't need to get into that. But
which is not our purpose, and that's not why we have people coming in here,
right,
to tell us how to handle our situations. We're not going to tell them how to handle theirs.
We're here to help people get a better understanding on why these situations happen based on our past experiences and personal development that we've done, and what you can do to rectify these situations.
Help me with that.
What's that?
Go to the bottom.
Hey, Information Man Show, welcome to the show. Listening to the Burns family stories? What is that? Who are the Burns?
I don't know, but just block her. You were going to let her, give her a second, but she's being stupid, so just block her. I don't have time for this fucking stupid shit.
Okay. Yeah, Maya, you're out of here.
Bye.
Yeah. I don't know who you're calling the Burns, whether it's some TV family or something that you're making fun of us, or whether you think that my woman's last name is that. No. Try again.
Oh, you're far off. You need to go far out into the alphabet.
Yeah, we don't need that any further. Panda at the bottom says, "Well, I wish you luck. Have a wonderful night." Well, thank you. Let me see
Bye.
here. What else is she saying here? Um, only say that stuff, girl. Call her your best friend. Be patient and understanding. She's already done that many times. All the negative words will do is pick the scab and keep her away from you for longer. She's already done that for well over a year now, and she's been nothing but nice. What you're not understanding, Panda, whether you're legit or a troll or whatever you are, it's giving us great content. Thank you. What you're not understanding is the real reason why her daughter is miserable right now. It's because her man is lacking masculinity. That's it.
And
End of story.
yes, and it
End of story.
and it comes from the divorce.
Yes. Well, it comes from your ex-husband not being a good male role model to your daughter.
Yes. And, and I'm sorry if you can think whatever you want, but I still go out there every single day and I know the theme of my daughter's wedding and I know what's happening and I still buy things for that, even though I'm not invited. I have a dress that I could potentially wear because I'm hopeful, but I still give to my daughter every day. I was cleaning out my closet and I have clothes that I know she loved, sweaters, like sweatshirts and stuff that I put away for her, even though she's treating me like this. I don't care. She's my baby.
Baby, I can tell you this. Somehow, some way, you and I will be at that wedding next year. I've no doubt about it. So you put that smile on you listen to me. You put that smile on your face. Trust me, because now you got the support of your mother
and daddy
and your father, and your little girl has looked up to them as second parents.
Yeah.
Okay, which you know how what I told your mother yesterday is true. Like grandparents almost like love, their daughters or sons' kids more than the actual parents. Like that's what grandparents do. That's their job. That's
they have the best of both worlds. They get.
All right, folks. We are back live. I had to dump the delay. I'm not going to mention why, but I will mention this because I don't think this part went out either. Carlos Cabral, that's very rude of you to say regarding my lady, and that might not even be the real Carlos Cabral. I'll look. I will look. You're not done. No, you're not done, honey. Are you there? Baby, you can't be that. All right. We're gonna take another break here, folks. I'm gonna cue up some music. And if my lady doesn't come back, I'm gonna come back for a little bit more and get to the chat here, okay? All right. I'm not going to. No, don't say that. All right, folks. Stick around. We'll be back in about 8 or 9 minutes. And whether my lady comes back or not, I'm going to go a little bit longer and respond to the chat because, you know what? Sometimes you people out here are very rude and obnoxious, and you really need some positivity to be zapped in your head. Let me say that again. You need some positivity to be zapped in your head. Let me place my lady backstage. And we'll be right back. Yeah, we're just going to come back. We're not going to do the regular intro here. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2 authentic live streams, the most positive place on the internet. Glad you could all join us here tonight. This is the third and final segment of this show. We didn't expect it to go as long as it did, but it's been rather interesting. And, when you talk about subjects like this subject here tonight, regarding modern day relationships and stuff like that, and relationships between parents and their daughters and sons and all of that, because of the way the world is nowadays, because, women are now independent and there's just this big girl power movement. It has really, really just sparked up a lot of crazy emotion, and I can understand it. But there's a simple solution to all of this, and that's all my lady and I have been trying to put out here. And so, with that being said, I'm going to bring on my lady for a little bit longer. Let's see if she's there. Babe, are you back?
I'm coming back right now.
Okay.
I just got done flushing up in the restroom.
Okay. Sounds good, baby. Okay, sounds good. We'll get you back on in a second. So she went to the restroom to freshen up a little bit, and that's all good. That's all good. So tonight has been day 5 of the 30-day positivity challenge, and the topic has been stop instigating. We were talking more about that at the beginning of the show. Don't instigate things just to try to get a reaction from people, whether you're online or offline. When you instigate stuff, all you're doing is basically projecting your unhappiness onto other people to try to get a reaction, just to try to make yourself feel better. And that's just doing everyone a disservice, but primarily it's more so doing yourself a disservice by putting a temporary Band-Aid on the problem. Let's get to the underlying issue or issues, help folks work through them, and that way everyone can live a happy, healthy, and prosperous life. Before we went on break, Carlos Cabral, I know, I don't even know if that was the real you. If it was the real you, I understand you're a mentally challenged person, and, or maybe it was a troll. You're just trying to, get to my lady. You're trying to derail our show. You're trying to derail what we're trying to create out here. And hey, it is what it is. These are the stupid things. Huh? Oh, yes, I'm coming. I'm putting you on right now. Putting you on right now. She came back to tell me you still have me backstage. Oh, I didn't know she was ready so quick. Well, let me just go ahead and bring her back on. All right, baby. Are you there? She's getting that headset on. Hey, that's my baby.
We are.
Hi, baby.
That's my baby.
Yeah, sorry, folks. Earlier, I noticed on the break that sometimes my video will get a little jittery at times, but it should be all back to normal now. Anyway, baby, let's continue. Let me just read through a few more of these chat messages, and if anyone has any newer messages they want to put out right now, please get them in now, because we'll be going off the air in 20 to 30 minutes or so, 30 minutes max. Let's see here. Let's see. Panda said, how do you know he's not telling her that? At the end of the day, I'm sure RMP wants her daughter to want her in her life, not her daughter's man to force it. How do I know that he's not telling her that? Because, baby, you're filing live on the air.
Oh, God, I am.
I love it. She's such a girl. I love you for that.
I am a girl. I just start filing my nails. I'm sorry.
You can mute and do it. I don't care if you do it. It's just that microphone picks up everything.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what microphones do, baby. My video's a little jittery for a second. I don't know. Tonight's been a weird night. I don't know what's going on here. I've got 64 gigs of RAM. There should be no problem. i9 processor, 8 cores, 16 threads. Anyway, here we go. We're back to normal. So the reason why I know he's not telling her that is because if he did tell her that, then she would gain a lot more respect for him and realize that her behavior is shitty. That's the bottom line. Her behavior right now is piss poor behavior because no one is holding her accountable for her shitty behavior. And she's never been held accountable for it. So she hasn't learned what's right or wrong. She thinks what she's doing is right because she's never been taught the difference between right and wrong. Does that make sense, baby? I mean, you tell me. You can unmute.
Yes. I do agree, but I am torn, and that's why I had to jump off because this is my baby that we're talking about, and I don't like to talk ill of my child. And I also have mad respect for the man that she's with. I really do.
Yes.
I think he needs to step up a little bit more and let her know that he's the man in the house and she is not.
And baby, no one's talking smack about your girl, including me. I actually understand why she's behaving this way, and I wouldn't expect her to behave any differently when there's a lack of masculinity in her household. You understand what I'm saying? And so I think she's lashing out because she desperately wants what every woman wants, is a good, well-balanced, masculine, strong man.
She has a daddy complex.
Well, every girl does. And the thing is, it's up to the father to be a good, strong, masculine role model for, his daughter or daughters, right? And sons, but in this case, it's a daughter. So that way she can learn what the role of a man is and what the role of a woman is. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way because women are liberated. The bottom line is,
no, but it's just show a woman what the role of a good, strong husband is. That's what you're saying.
Right. The reason why, and I'm being respectful to your daughter, because again, I'm not blaming her for her behavior. I'm just addressing why I feel she's behaving this way. And she's basically lashing out because she doesn't trust her man's masculine core completely. She trusts him as much as she can, but she doesn't fully trust his masculine core because he's not stepping up. That's it. Bottom line. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying he really needs to step it up with the masculinity. Not overdo it, but not underdo it.
Can you get rid of that one?
Mm-hmm.
We need to block that one down there too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, that's fine.
That's inappropriate, negative stuff, and we don't approve of that here.
Just let me know, because I'm still further up in the chat. I'm almost to the bottom. Let me know if somebody else comes back in there, and we will remove it at that time. Thank you for making me aware,
at the very bottom, it's very bad.
I got it. It'll update on your screen momentarily. You'll see it go off. Sandra says that then he's settling too. Nope, I don't think he's settling. I think he feels like he found a gold mine. I think he feels that he's found the woman of his dreams. Because let me tell you something. This man makes decent money. He's a decent looking guy. And he has a big heart and soul. I can tell he's a really good guy. But, he feels like, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, he's with her because he feels she's the best he can get. Right? And so I don't think he even realizes what's really going on here. That's part of the issue. Holly says, my husband don't get involved in our family disputes as well as I don't get involved with his, but that is us. Well, because you're not going through this, Holly. Who knows what's going to happen when your kids get older? They start dating, and then they get engaged and all that stuff. I mean, you have young kids, so you're not at that point. And I believe you had your kids in your late 20s, to early 30s. My lady had her kids in her late teens and early 20s, right, baby?
I had Ashley at 19 and the other one at 23.
Yeah, yeah. And so, I know, Holly, you're pretty close to the age of myself and my lady, but your kids are a lot younger. So who knows what's going to happen? Hopefully, this will not, hopefully this won't happen, to your kids. It seems like you've been good role models to your kids, but you don't know until you get there. Let's continue here. Yeah, the video is kind of like bouncing all over the place tonight. Anyway, it's all good.
Not on my screen. It's fine over here.
Well, it jitters every now and then because I think I'm running a lot of stuff, but that's okay. Let's continue here. Sandra Palacio says, but Panda, sometimes people need a nudge. Yeah, Sandra, you're right. And this is look, this is clearly a case of a lack of masculinity is affecting the woman involved here. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. It's nothing less, nothing more. Let's continue here. Panda says,
Well,
same,
not
Holly.
even, sweetheart, not even just that, but it comes also from the fact that she is not respecting what she was brought up to be around, and like her father is not encouraging that. And that is one thing that my father and my brother are very upset about, is because we instilled a lot of family values, and he is not, you know, going along with that a lot. Like, he is not being as productive as he should be as her parent, you know? Even though she is 27 and he's 23, like, we are parents until the day we die.
Right.
So he should be more proactive in teaching her those family values and how important it is. But he's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. And the thing is, in his position as a cop, he may exude masculinity, but he did not exude masculinity in your household towards you or
Mm-mm.
towards her. And so she didn't
Mm-mm.
learn, what a real man embodies. So, and I'm not saying that the guy she's with is not a good guy, but she basically settled for somebody or found somebody that she felt was the example that her father supposedly set for her. And that's all it is. That's all this boils
Yeah.
down to. And people aren't looking at this. Go ahead.
And, she had, excuse me. Excuse me. My goodness, my allergies are so
Bless
bad.
you. Mine too,
Thank
baby. I
you.
hear you. You're welcome.
Um, but no, she had a previous boyfriend that was very abusive, um, and just had a lot of issues.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And then I think what happened is once she got out of that relationship, she was single for about a year and a half before she got together with her current person. So she kind of found herself, and I think she just was looking for somebody that wasn't going to be so volatile. somebody that wasn't going to be like just snap on the drop of a hat, which is what the other guy did.
So what you're saying, baby, is that she went from one extreme to the other instead of finding a man in the middle, a good hybrid, being a strong
Yes.
masculine man, but also being compassionate and, not being an arrogant, pompous ass, but also not being a big freaking sissy, being a good guy that
And
is going
I
to be
just think
supportive.
it's a matter of time before he is going to learn to be that kind of man for her.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like you've said, it took you a while to change your ways. And maybe it's going to take the two of them getting married and possibly having children for him to man up.
Baby, and I do hope that that's what happens, but I hope he figures it out sooner than that, because the bottom line is bringing kids into the world is not going to change the way a man is showing up. He needs to figure that
No.
out on his own, whether children are involved or not. This has nothing to do with
Well,
kids.
that's what
This
I'm
has to,
saying is after the
yeah,
wedding, like they have the wedding, they get completely settled and then they are planning their life,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I wish the very best for her. I want her to be as happy as she could possibly be.
Right.
I really do. I just she is my baby.
I know.
And the only thing I want in life is for her to be happy and to be healthy and to succeed in whatever she wants to do.
Right. You're right. Let's continue, babe. We're almost at the bottom here.
Yeah, please.
Uh,
I was getting emotional.
Panda says, same Holly. Yes, Sandra, but that would need to be done privately. No, and listen, Panda, we understand what you mean by that. But if you're going to run a coaching business and you're going to teach people how to learn to identify these situations and how to, what's the right course of action to take to correct it, to, make it better, you have to talk about these. And my lady and I have chosen to come out here and do what most people don't feel comfortable doing, is to come out here and allow ourselves to be vulnerable and share our stories with you so you folks can all learn from them and take something away from them. We are putting our hearts and
Exactly.
souls, on the line here because we truly care about what we do here more than just the money. Yes, we want to make money. We're making some money and we want to make more. We want to make it successful, but that's not the reason why we do it. We do it because we want to give back to the world. We want to make the world a better place. That's it.
I, and my thing is that if I can help anybody out here who has younger children learn from the mistakes I made with mine, that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm sharing my story.
Right. And
I want people to know that, I was a damn good mom and I
you
still
were,
am, but I made
you are.
mistakes. So I will share those so you future mamas don't do that. And that's what I want to do is just help
Mm-hmm.
for the
You're right.
future.
And baby, everybody makes mistakes. And I'll tell you this is an unbiased opinion. I love you. And love, you can have some bias there, but when it comes to me, I'm not even biased with you. I'm honest with you. And I'm telling you, everybody makes mistakes. Every parents makes mistakes. My parents made some mistakes with my brother and I, but we still turned out fine. The mistakes that you made I don't think they're the mistakes that is affecting your girl. And I say that wholeheartedly. I do. I
Thank
understand you're
you.
taking I understand you're taking responsibility because you're the kind of person that is going to come out and say, when it comes to my kids, whether a mistake is directly made by me or someone else, she's my daughter. I own up to all of it. I will
Mhm.
I will put myself on the line. I will put my life on the line for her and my son and my kids, right?
Any day.
And and I
And
I com
yeah, any
go
day.
ahead.
Any
Yeah.
minute.
And I
And
completely respect that.
it's just it, oh wow, this is emotional. Um
It is.
she is a beautiful human being. She has a great heart and a great soul
Mhm.
because she's my daughter. And I know that. And I know she's troubled right now.
Mhm.
And I do believe it came from the fact that when the divorce happened, she was just turning 13. And that's a pivotal age for a girl that and she needs to be around her mama. Like I wasn't there when she got her period, which I know that's a lot to share, but that's something that's pretty pivotal for a young woman,
Yeah.
and she didn't get to share that with me.
Yeah, and baby, I totally understand where you're coming from
And
regarding that.
I think now she's got a lot of demons that are waking her up and reminding her of all the stuff she missed out on with me, and that's why she's angry.
Yeah, that might be a small part of it, baby, and I understand that. I totally get where you're coming from regarding that. But in my opinion, regardless of what's happened, the thing that frustrates women more than anything else in life is when their man doesn't show up as a man and lacks masculinity and it doesn't
Yes,
step up.
and you know what? I'm gonna just, let's just lay off of him for a minute. Let's just lay off of that for a minute and just reflect on the trauma she had for her whole child, like adult or adolescence, up from 13 till her adulthood, you know? She didn't have her mom. She played her mom and dad against each other,
Well,
you
that's not your
know?
fault.
She
That's not your
No,
fault.
I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying
Okay.
these are all things that she went through that would maybe lead her to having ill feelings right now because, she didn't have the normal upbringing of two parents the whole time.
I get where you're coming from, baby, and we'll talk more about this offline. I mean, it's not something that I'm afraid to talk online or you're afraid to talk online. It's just that it's a whole other lengthy conversation, and we will talk about that. But
It's a whole nother
you
show.
baby, I mean, pitting your parents against each other, that's not a good thing to do. And
No,
you can't blame
and
you can't blame yourself for that.
I don't blame myself, but I do blame somebody else.
Yeah, your husband, your ex-husband, your
No,
husband at the time.
nope. I'm
Okay,
not going
you
to
know what?
mention her name, but she is part of my family, which means she's one of my sister-in-laws, and
Okay,
she has come from divorced families, and she literally was telling my kids how to pin us against each other when it happened.
Yeah, that's really sad to hear. Well, let's continue, baby. We're going to wrap
Yeah.
this up here in just a few minutes here.
Yeah.
Panda says,
Hi, Joe Dirt.
also, if your spouse is hurting, you push them to heal before jumping back into a relationship that was hurting them. Well, no one's trying to push anything or rush anything, Panda. And, it sounds like you've been through a lot, and this was an opportunity for you to let some things out that have probably been bothering you, and you probably related to our situation. That's if you are a real person and you weren't drooling. I want to believe that you're a real person. But yeah, no one's trying to force anything here at all. All we're trying to do is, just figure out what's going on so we can help her and him, the two of them, to live a happy and healthy and prosperous life, and to not
It's
forget
not
about
even
the
about figuring out how to help them. It's just about us also just talking about it and sharing our life experiences,
right,
you
right,
know?
yeah,
Like uh, like I'm a firm believer it doesn't always need to be fixed, but we need to address issues and we need to make them pertinent in our life, you know?
yeah. Are you there, baby? Are you there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Um, let's see here. And that's when Panda said, well, I wish you luck. Have a wonderful night. Well, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your comments. We appreciate that. Hello again, Information Man Show. I'm not sure if he's still around. Couple more comments here from Joe Dirt. Thank you for stopping by, Joe Dirt. Hi, Eli, and your partner. Very interesting topic. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've been talking about, my daughter's, not my daughter's, my girlfriend's daughter's relationship with her fiance and her partner of 5 years, and what we feel has caused the separation between her and her mother. Joe Dirt furthermore says, I grew up with parents who made mistakes. I would say I had an unhappy childhood because of their issues, but I always knew they tried their best. And that's really the mature way to look at it, man. I mean, any how do I say this the right way? Any normal, reasonable, kid is gonna have some sympathy and empathy towards their parents, no matter what happens. Are you still there, baby?
Oh yeah, when we have a child, we are not given an instruction manual like we get when we buy our cars.
Right,
I don't have a book that says to do something on a certain page when
right,
the child is acting a certain way. You
right.
it's just a total like maternal thing, a humanistic thing that you have to do, but we're all going to make mistakes. And depending upon when we have our children, at what age, you know, some mistakes might be a little bit more than others, you know?
Yeah, and again, like I just said, baby, you hit the nail on the head there. Like I was saying, um, most reasonable, decent kids, regardless of you know what happened in the parents' marriage or relationship or whatever, are going to have sympathy and empathy, right?
Mhm.
And I firmly believe that your daughter does have that sympathy and empathy towards you and your ex-husband, her father. I believe she firmly does have that. You know how I know that? Because that's how you are. And you raised her to be that way. So she has that within her, which is
You
why.
know what I feel?
What's that?
You know what I feel is the biggest issue?
What's that?
Is that her father and I don't get along well based on him. And his new wife doesn't like me. And I think she fears there would be conflict and that I couldn't handle myself. And it's easier to get rid of me than them because they have the money. I don't.
Yeah, that's honestly, baby. I, you know, I don't really think it's that. I really don't. I mean, yeah, I mean, I can see where you're coming from. Um,
She told
but
me, she told me prior to the engagement that she says, when this happens, if I feel at any point there's going to be conflict, that person is going to not be allowed to be at the wedding. And
yeah,
that's why I didn't understand. I was like, I was not causing conflict. I was
hmm
giving her money, and all I wanted to do was show up with you. And she had, you know, fucking bridezilla moment.
yeah. Well, here's the thing, babe. Because of and I'm going to say this again. Okay, the last 5 years she's been with this guy. That's pretty much like let her wear the pants in the relationship, and she's been in control of everything, right?
Hmm.
And 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 so you know that's what I feel is causing this type of behavior. It's just eh, you know uh, I'm at a loss for words. It's just no one has stepped up to basically come out. No one that she is extremely close with at this time has stepped up to call her
To
out.
stake, to shake the stupid out of her.
Right. Now, your
Hmm.
parents finally have started to see what you and I have seen for the last year plus. Your
Hmm.
parents, she's very close. At least she was very close with them, and they were supporting her financially too. They did a lot. They've done a lot
I
for her, right?
Okay. I am going to correct you. They do not give her money financially. What would happen is, if, because my daughter did go to beauty school, if my mother wanted a haircut, my daughter would do it and she would basically triple pay for the haircut. It wasn't like they're really financing her in any way, but she was just really giving extra to her granddaughter.
hmm
Like she's like, "Oh, you drove to my house, so here's extra gas money, and here's your tip, and then here's for your time."
Yeah, but here's the
That's what
thing.
they would do.
But she knew that she could go to them for certain things that now she's not going to be able to, right? That was an
Oh, yeah,
outlet
but
for
I
her.
still will be
That
able to.
correct. That was an outlet for her that is now being removed because of her piss poor behavior. So now she's saying, okay, now my grandparents, they've cut me off. I'm not talking with my mother, right? Okay, I still have my man and his family. Okay, so what's the
Mhm.
next step now? Now this dude needs to step up and start to hold her accountable in the same ways your parents have, you have, and most of everyone else has, right? It's not going to
You
be
know what? I
until
and not
she's out of
only
options.
I don't only think that he needs to do that, But I think her future mother-in-law needs to say something to her
Yeah,
and
baby.
say, yeah,
She's a
because
lot.
we were very close at one point, and then now she's been forced to block me on all social media, and I know she does not agree with that. So I think if future mother-in-law gives her a come to Jesus talk, that might change it. But I
Yeah,
don't think she's
because here
like
she
I
here
don't
here. Go ahead,
I
baby.
was just
Sorry.
gonna say I don't think she has right now. I don't think I think they're too afraid to do that with her.
Well, here's the thing, and she recognizes how weak they are. I'm not saying this to be rude, but her man is weak. Her man's mother is weak, and so she's so good at picking up people's weakness and exploiting them, and that's what some women do that have never
Hmm.
learned, you know, how to handle this more appropriately, right? And
Yeah.
until those two weak links are removed, and either these two people become strong and start saying, hey, you know what? We love your mother. We love your family. This is just not right. Okay. Until
Well, and
until
we don't
that.
want to be separated. We want to have family gatherings together.
Right.
Like
Right.
this is the thing is that when I got married, my parents and my ex-husband's parents did not get along.
Hmm.
And so everything was done separate. But as her relationship was building and we met her mom or his mom and his sister and all of his like nieces and nephews and stuff, we started doing everything together as a whole family. And
Right.
that's really what I wanted for her is not to have
Yeah.
that separation.
So that now you reminded me of that separation of your ex-husband's family from your family, which she saw that, and now she's basically recreating the same thing she saw from her father's family. Again,
Yes.
not your fault, not your fault. And I'm not sitting here saying that you didn't make any mistakes. Sure, everyone makes mistakes, but
Oh
look
yeah.
at
I made
look
a
at look
lot.
at look at what behavior pattern is being replicated. the,
Mhm.
the the behavior being replicated is coming from your ex-husband's side of the family, right? And so again, I'm not saying, baby, that you're a
And
saint and that you haven't made
possibly a
mistakes.
little bit possibly a
Mhm.
little bit on how I reacted with my ex-husband's family, and she could be picking up on that too.
Yeah, because she was already manipulated, or she was already persuaded, which might be a better word. Okay, she was probably persuaded by your ex-husband to say that, hey, this is the right way to do things. You know how some guys can be. They can manipulate you and persuade you to
Are you
shift
kidding me?
things.
He's a cop. That's his
I
job.
know that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that, yeah, he did some fancy persuading, and that's how he's lived life. That's how this guy has chosen to live his life. I'm not saying what he's done is illegal. It's not. But to me, it just skates the line of morals, values, and ethics, right? And quite
Mhm.
frankly, baby, I would never ever want to marry someone if I couldn't be a part of their family and they couldn't be a part of mine. There's no
Oh,
point to that. What the fuck's the point,
absolutely. I
right?
mean, you know how I feel about your mother and your aunt and your brother. And I know how you feel about my mother, my father, and my two brothers and my kids.
Yeah,
But like we take family serious. And
absolutely. So do we.
I was going to say like that is a Greek thing.
Hmm.
family is like, it's like almost like the Hawaiian thing, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Like Greek people are just like Hawaiian people. Like family is the most important thing.
Right.
Yeah. I learned that from Lilo and Stitch. And you know how much I love Stitch.
Yeah. All right, baby.
He's one of my favorites.
I remember. All right, baby. Oh, video jitter. Not on your end. It'll catch up to you.
Nope.
It'll clear itself up. All right, baby. We need to. There it goes. We need to start wrapping this up. I know we cut off for a minute or two. The back end of YouTube says 3 hours and 26 minutes. I think we've been on for like 3 hours and 24 minutes, or 3 hours and 25 minutes. Great show, baby. I'm
Yeah,
really
I
proud of you.
know. It's so funny. You came home and said we'll be on for like an hour and a half. And here we are.
Well, baby, you want to know something?
You and I can't shut up.
I'm going to say one more thing, and I'm going to wrap up this show right now with you here. Okay? I'm not going to wrap it up without you because I love you.
I love you.
Joe Dirt says, give her some time. She'll be back. Every daughter needs her mother. Amen, that Joe Dirt. Thank you. She'll be back. No doubt about it. And I'm telling you right now, there's no way this girl's going to live with the fact that her own mother couldn't be at her wedding. Look, that's just not going to happen. Okay?
I'll be a wedding crasher.
I'll probably join you too. But anyway, that was a great movie, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
But baby, what this almost 3.5 hour show did, it helped a lot of people, learn how to handle these situations, how to identify them. At the same time, it allowed you and other people to release that emotion. Because
and you know what
about
else?
What's that?
I got a lot of feedback from people and a lot of great advice.
Absolutely.
So it went both ways here on this channel. We gave out, they gave back.
Right. It was well worth it. It was well worth it. I feel really great. I feel really relaxed. We're going to go off the air, and then I'm going to come join you in bed. And we're just going to enjoy the rest of this amazing weekend, baby.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Anything else, baby, or are you ready to wrap this up?
No, I just want to say thank you to everybody who was here, all the positivity, because that's what we're doing, positivity month, day 5, I think. And
Day
just
5,
thank you
that's
for
right.
all the positivity. And let's keep going forward with this positivity, guys. Let's move forward with that.
Amen, baby. Amen. All right, babe. With that being said, have a good night, everyone. Take care. Say it, baby. Take care.
Take care.
And as always, be kind. And as always, be good to each other. Be kind or be good to each other.